Go thee to thy rest, O shades. Thou hast served well in life. Now take thy reward.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore with your host, Brian K. Morris, independent publisher, freelance hybrid author, award-winning playwright, and former mortician's assistant. Beware. Beware! That might not be a phone jingling in your pocket. Join the Nevermorians for morning mischief and madness at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 Central. Your sense of humor is the only thing you need to wear.
And good morning, everyone. How the heck are you, huh? Welcome to the Friday the 13th of November edition of Nevermind the Furthermore with me, Brian K. Morris. Who else is bragging about being Brian K. Morris but me, huh? Anyway, hope you're having a great morning so far. Hope you're looking forward to a great weekend. And we thank you for watching us, whether you're watching us live and can interact with us, or you're just watching on the rerun, and we love you just the same. We really do. And anyway, thank you for your kind attentions. If you're watching us on the Indie Vent, which, by the way, check out indievent.com. INDEE vent.com, and you'll get a schedule for today, the final day of the festivities going on, starting around 4 o'clock today and going into the evening. Tonight's going to be a really exciting night if you love broadcasting. We'll get into that in a minute. But anyway, if you're watching on the Indie Event page or the Rising Tide Publications page, which you should be, please give that page a like. It just takes a couple seconds. It doesn't cost you a thing, and also it helps the people who own the pages a whole lot as far as battling the evil not Amazon, but Facebook algorithms. Anyway, we're glad you're here, and if you like this video, please give it a like or a love or some sort of reaction. It is appreciated. Also, if you're watching us on YouTube for that better picture, better sound, and you get a few seconds sooner than those poor guys and gals on Facebook, you lucky dogs, you. Anyway, whether you're watching on the Brian K. Morris Rising Tide Publications page or the Geek Insider page, please give this a thumbs up if you're enjoying what you see. Also, please subscribe to the page, because that also helps us in so much. Doesn't cost you a thing except a couple seconds. And be sure to ring that bell, because you'll get 30 minutes notice that we're on the air next time. We come to you Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central. And don't forget our Tuesday night show, Clever Title Pending, that comes to you 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, and we interview people. We talk about creativity and the business behind it. And this week, we have got a sensational pair of guests, Brian Rodman and Jeremy Woodring of the Dastardly Dingoes podcast. You want to learn how to do your own podcast? They can tell you. Also, Jeremy is very good at video editing, and Brian does an incredible comic book, Memoirs of an Angel, that you will want to read. But anyway, they will be here Tuesday. And also check out last Tuesday's Fun Fest with Jim Beard and Bobby Nash. We had a fantastic time, and it was so much fun. But anyway, tonight's going to be a big night of broadcasting. But you know what? Let's get to your comments before somebody starts complaining. All right? But anyway, Sarah's first out of YouTube going, ooh, happy Friday the 13th. It's a lucky day. I love the cover pic with you and Master Ron. Yes, Master Ron Fitzgerald. 8 p.m. tonight Central Time, 9 p.m. Eastern. He's going to be having a live stream featuring his dark, sticky magic. Lots of illusion, lots of fun. Ari Lehman, who is not only a talented musician, but a fantastic actor. He was the very first Jason Voorhees on screen. And he's got a lot of stories to tell. He is so much fun. You will love seeing him tonight. And also featured on the show will be Kadrolsha Ona Carole, the real-life queen of the paranormal. You've seen her on Clever Title Pending. You will love her. You really will. And she is going to be in a comic book that's currently on Kickstarter right now, The Haunting Tales of Bachelor's Grove. If you have not pledged, please do so. I wrote the stories in it. Master Ron and Kadrolsha supervised their stories, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Please give that some love on Kickstarter. But anyway, Sarah, as always, we're so happy you're here. And Master Ron Fitzgerald, for those who don't know, and we do love him. We do. That little dark heart of yours. But anyway, it's a wonderful heart. And there's someone else with a great heart. Good morning, all. This is a good, lucky day for me. Mwah! That's what I love seeing, Teresa. You know, so many people, oh, I can't do this because it's Friday the 13th. I'm going to be unlucky. You know what? It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Rising Tide is all about rising and advancing through conscious will, through making it happen. So if you want to say, hey, Friday the 13th, that's to you. I'm gonna make us a great day, and I'm gonna make it a great day for everyone around me. So that's what it's about. You can ask my Dark Pope, who will be commenting soon. And Sarah, hello, Teresa. And Grant Lankard says, hey-o to you too, my friend. Hey, Grant, I wanted to tell you publicly. Everybody, Grant, put in a link to your Facebook art page. Beowulf looks great. It really does. And you're off to a good start on that page. Grant is just building his social platform. Please give him some love. Please like that page. Please like the images you see on there. And you're gonna, Grant, if you're drawing it, man, you are crazy talented. But anyway, please check it out. And let's see if we can't get him to 100 subscribers real fast. All right. And speaking of people you ought to subscribe to, if he had a Facebook page, but you can get him. He's Funky Philosophy Fridays on Instagram. Hello, all. I usually have really good Friday the 13th as well. Trevor Hawkins, Artist Supreme. That's because you helped make them that way, dude. Hope you have a great weekend too. And hey, Grant, and hello, the Trevor Hawkins. There we go. And I love you even more, Sarah. It's such a thing where possible. There's more room in our dark little hearts for Sarah. And hi, Sarah. Grant, it's good to see you interacting. And the Dark Pope of the Church of the Rising Tide throws out blessings to all the Nevermorians, then takes a shot of Kraken straight from the bottle. That's my Dark Pope there. Glad to see you, Carl. Good morning to you. And tonight, are we going to have a room or something? It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. And speaking of fun, I have shot past so many comments here. I am so sorry. We got to catch up here fast. And Grant says hi, Sarah, and that's cool. And Trevor, so sweet. And don't want to steal Eric's though. Oh yeah, you're not above it. But you were the first Eric Hawkins. So there. But Eric is his middle name, not his first. So, and Carl Wisman, good morning, everyone from YouTube. Glad to see you as always, my friend. And that's right, the Trevor. There we go. Let's have a battle of the Hawkins. Wait till Eric gets here. And hey, Carl says Sarah, and Magi Jake Lindsay. And Magi Jake Lindsay, there he is. And hi, my friends. Hi, Nevermorians. Hi to you, sir. Hope you are looking forward to a great weekend, my friend. And hello, Sarah, says Teresa Dunn. And Joe Dog McKeel, who had an awesome Stupid O'Clock last night, and we'll have a even better Stupid O'Clock, with more stupid than ever. No, actually, it's a very intelligent talk show. It's a great show, and I'll be catching it Saturday night at 11 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Central. But anyway, I'm going to catch the rerun last night. He goes, okay, I'm here. Where's the coffee? The coffee, sir, is right here. Oh, it's still warm. Anyway, as we say about a lot of things that we won't bring up this morning. But anyway, Joe Dog, glad you're here, sir. My friend, it is always a pleasure. And speaking of always a pleasure, Ted Davies, and he's brought the coffee. Oh, hell yeah. Good to see you, Ted. Ted Davies Artistry on YouTube. Ted Davies Artistry on Facebook. Also, TedDaviesArtistry.com. All right, I'll get that spat out here to make room for more coffee. Anyway, Ted, glad you got to talk to someone yesterday, and glad we could help with that. And Tyrone Tony Reed Jr., good morning and happy Friday the 13th, everyone. Have a great weekend, and check out TyroneTonyReedJr.com. Why should you? Because you need to pick up his great Solad book. We're going to give you a freebie here. Actually, let's do this. Let's run his spot here. And because he's been a good guy, he really has. And that's not it. That's not it. Man, I've got a lot of stuff here. Check out TyroneTonyReedJr.com and get into the Soul Ed series, Soldiers of Light Against Darkness. Great stuff. He's a fantastic writer. And Tony, we're glad you're here, buddy. Hope you have a great morning. And actually, a whole good day. And I think I drank the last of it, Joe Dog. Sorry. Carl Wisman, there's always more. And Sarah says, I need an IV drip of coffee, Joe Dog. No kidding. I'm having one of those mornings where the water in the coffee is just a formality. I'm just going to start chewing the ground straight from the can. And there he is, David Atkins. Wow, conversation started early. Hey, everyone. Sorry I've not been on. Got a ton to do. That's not a bad thing. New film I'm working on, a new book I'm doing art for, plus trying to finish my own. So busy. Good for you, David. That's the way you need to be. And good morning, Brian and Nevermorians. Bill Sartin, glad to see you. SartinArt76 on Facebook. Check it out, the artwork of Bill Sartin, where everything old is new again. And check out his Saturday morning cartoon mornings. It's gone from the big three networks. That's why they are sucking right now. But Bill Sartin is becoming a network unto himself. Good man. And I just drank my coffee. Well, there's always room for more, Trevor. And in fact, my bladder will probably insist on making room. But anyway, I'm old. Carl Wisman, hey, folks. Hi, folks, over here to put a like on the video. Then I'm going over to YouTube. Carl, thank you for your service there. I appreciate it. Yes, please, if you like what you see here, and we've got people who have already started giving some likes and love to this. Heather Grant. Heather, how are you? Mwah. Joe D. McPhee, good to see you. Brian Wentzoff, ha. So there you are lurking in the background. Don't forget 2:15 tomorrow. Reels and Heels on Facebook. You'll love it. And Roberto Gonzalez. Roberto, glad to see you. Hope you're having a good morning. And Lonnie Johnson. Lonnie, always a pleasure, my friend. And Bill Sartin and Carl Wisman gave this show a like. And we've got some love from TyroneTonyReedJr.com. And Gene Dunn. Mwah. Gene, love you, hon. Hope you and the fam are doing well. Good to see you. And here we go. Grant Lankard. I had a nice talk with a guy known for wearing a fez a couple days ago. Any idea who I could be talking about? That was Dr. Tough Love. And the fact you're still speaking to me, Grant, speaks well of you. Now, Grant is just starting his comic book journey. And that's the thing, Grant, it is a journey. And it is a marathon. It is not a sprint. Oh, God, I wish it was a sprint. This would be a lot easier to do. But then again, if it were easy to do, anyone could do it. And that's why you see certain people rising to the top of their craft, as well as their profitability. Let's be mercenary for a second, shall we? Okay, let's do it. And it takes time, and it takes networking. It takes raw talent and ability. Talent can be created. Eric Clapton didn't just pick up the guitar one morning when he was like 10 years old and suddenly he's playing Layla. No, he had to work his way up. My old prose is embarrassing. It is, I'm destroying every copy I can find of it because it is totally humiliating. I don't want out even after I'm dead. I just want people to think I can write like Kurt Vonnegut Jr. Which, by the way, I gotta get a shout out. On Hoopla.com, I read a really wonderful graphic novel adaptation of Slaughterhouse-5 by the great author Kurt Vonnegut Jr. And I'd forgotten how good that book was. I really need to read the prose version now. I haven't read it since high school. So anyway, Grant, I'm glad you enjoyed our talk. And Grant, I'm glad that you're taking this to heart. I really am. So please, let's encourage Grant, okay? That's the rising tide thing to do. Grant, put in a link to your Facebook page. And everyone, if you could just take a couple seconds and give that page a like, because, Grant, and this is something we haven't talked about, but it's algorithms. That's why we are popping up now in people's searches on YouTube, now that we've got 130 plus subscribers, which doesn't sound like much, but the vast majority of channels on YouTube don't even make it to 100, don't even make it to 50. So, and there's people on there who should have far more than they do. Like Master Ron Fitzgerald has a wonderful YouTube page, which I encourage you to get on and to check him out. If you love illusion, he's got a fantastic page. And tonight, again, he'll be on at 8 p.m., 7 p.m., or, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern time, with a couple hours of fantastic magic, legerdemain, dark, sticky fun. And rumor has it there could be a Fez wearer on there. It could happen. Anyway, Trevor Hawkins from YouTube says, happy Friday all. And Bill Sarn, hashtag bring cookie home. Thank you, Bill. Thank you so much. Yeah, she's had a slight relapse in her injury last night, so we're taking care of her as best we can. And here I am. Anyway, she's managing. She's getting her agony under control, except for me. But anyway, no, she's doing better. And thank you to everyone for your outpouring of love for her and for caring about her. We both appreciate it. And speaking of people I appreciate, there he is, the legend of the traveling TARDIS master himself. Arise, Friday morning monsters. Arise. Move it. Get up. Don't make me get Cookie to move your ass. Okay, come on, let's go. Weekend. Chop, chop. Let's get this thing done, 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 done. Move it. All right, Christian Basil. Thank you for those gentle words of encouragement. Mwah to you, gentlemen. But anyway, check out the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. That is an incredible show, and Christian runs a fantastic conversation. And last Tuesday, as part of the ongoing indie event, we got to, and I say we because I was on there, we got to talk about holidays and Doctor Who, and it was a lot of fun. And let's see, while I'm thinking about it, indie event, I do have the page up here. Tonight is going to be the last night of it. And I say I'm a part of it. They're going to start out with Geek Speak with Charles Band, also Dead Enders, Fetish Friday with Rob Anderson, and Spooky Tales with Essence House. And I think that's Chuck Pinot, which is going to be awesome. It's going to be great. Anyway, please check that out. And Christian was part of the Tuesday night event, as was I, with Bobby Nash and Jim Beard on Clever Title Pending. So please check out indie event. That's at it's also at independencecon.com, so please check it out. They've got one more great night of programming and you'll enjoy it. So tonight's a busy night. Also, in addition to Master Ron and a potential green room from Uncle Carl's Secret Humor page, and also Nicholas Tockert will be hosting his bladed weaponry show tonight. So please check out the Historical Fencing Guild. He's going to have another great show tonight. Please check it out. He is fun till the day takes the T-bird away. And don't forget to tip your host, Jake. I love you, man. You are so good. And you take care of me, too, because good God, I don't do it for myself. Anyway, look at the crawl across the bottom of your screen. No, it's not a Fox News alert, thank goodness. It is my PayPal link. And we will say, we don't beat this drum particularly often, but we thank everyone whose generosity is helping this show look and sound better. We have invested in some more programs to help with some of the look of what we're about to do. And also, it will go towards the look of our publications as well. But we thank you for that. And if you want to be a part of that, please, any donation is gratefully and privately acknowledged. It is at paypal.me/risingtidebkm. All right, and we do appreciate it. Thank you, Magi Jake, for your looking out for me, because God knows I need it. And Ted Davies says cigars. Goodbye, Ted Davies. No, he's done. No, seriously, cigars. Check out Ted and Carl's new cigar show this week. The boys talk cigar art from bands to boxes. Enjoy. Oh man, I'm there. I still haven't figured out what Carl Witzman, when we had Michaela Con this summer, brought me a bunch of great, beautiful boxes. I've still got to figure out what I want to do with them. I don't want to paint over them because I think they are absolutely lovely. I think I'm going to put things in them, toys and such, stuff here in the office. I do want to keep them around because they are so lovely. Thank you again, Carl. Please check out this page, Ted Davies Artistry on YouTube. And in fact, even if you don't smoke, it's a really interesting conversation between those two, because they bring a real appreciation of cigars to the fore. And like I said, I smoked my stubby, and I'm a happy boy now. I may have to get myself another one. But anyway, please check out the show. It's really great conversation, and there's more to come from Ted Davies. Check out all his interviews. He's a fantastic interviewer and a great guy. So please support him. And here we go, says Sarah. Sarah, that's right. Brace yourself. The show's on its way. And Carlene from YouTube, glad to see you, hon. Good to see you. And Sarah agrees, and so does Trevor Hawkins. And Amy Hale says, good morning to you, hon. Hope you are doing better today. Hope all is well. And also it's authoramyhale.com, Author Amy Hale, and Amy Hale's Angels on Facebook. Check out her social platform. Check out Amy Hale. And she's got a brand new book coming out soon. And I want to do what I can to help you promote that. So anyway, Kelly Austin is here of Pulp Reality #1. Good morning to all. Hello, Brian K. Morris. Have you gotten your copies of Pulp Reality yet? No, not yet. The thing is, I'm going to see Charles in a few weeks because we're doing the signing at Comics Cubed in Kokomo, Indiana. It is a fantastic comic shop, and Charles and I will be there on Saturday, December 12th. From 12 to 4, and we hope everyone will come see us. Now, I did tell Charles, save some money and just bring it to me there. So, I was thinking about that this morning, Kelly, and I'm like, why did I tell him that? I want my copies now, damn it. Anyway, so I'm a mess. Anyway, so no, I haven't. I'm hoping, if he did mail them to me, that it's soon, because I'm eager to see what's all in there, and we'll be running the spot for that later, I promise. And anyway, Kelly, her story is in there. I am so looking forward to reading that. I really am. It's going to be fantastic. And speaking of people I look forward to, there's Rochelle Lester. Saw you sneaking in the back door there. Thank you for showing up this morning. And Pops Van Zandt, who is hosting CromCon, I think, starting tonight, and it's going to be a fantastic show. Looking forward to it. And don't forget, 2 p.m. Eastern time this coming Sunday, I will be on a panel. Don't know what we're talking about. Don't know who I'll be with. I'm assuming Pops will be my gracious host. But anyway, whatever we talk about, I will bring my high levels of inexpertise to it, and we will have fun. And Martin Piero, good to see you, sir. Hope your morning is going well. Happy Friday the 13th to you. And let's see, is there anyone else? I'm looking at my phone here, see if there's anyone I have missed. And you got comments, so I'm coming up to you, okay? And Sarah says the next Friday the 13th doesn't happen till August 2021. Holy cats. So enjoy today's. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Friday the 13th is fun. It's a great series of films. Like fun for all the family. Anyway, but yeah, Friday the 13th. Don't be afraid of it. Embrace it. Make it work for you, for God's sakes. And it's great hot cocoa weather today. Yeah, the temperature's taken a dip the last couple days. It's also a great night for Kraken, if you know what I mean. Something we tried last night. I tried last night. We have an Asian grocery store here that we just absolutely love. It's in West Lafayette, Indiana, actually, right across the Wabash from us. And they carry something we found. They carry various jellies and jams and all kinds of foreign food that we love. And something I picked up the other day was actually ginger jelly. It's like a marmalade, but instead of oranges, it uses ginger in it. And it is amazing. It's got that tartness of ginger and that sweetness of the jelly itself. And they also suggest that you take a couple tablespoons, or teaspoons rather, and mix it in really hot water like you would tea or instant coffee. But it makes a wonderful, wonderful late night drink. And ginger's good for you. It's good for upset stomachs and such. That's why people take ginger pills before they fly, sometimes instead of Dramamine. But yeah, it was delicious. It was sweet and a little bit of sting to it from the ginger. It was really good stuff. So anyway, here comes Krampus. Robert Beatty, it is so good to see you. And Brian Rodman, Joe McKeel, and two others who they won't tell me who shared this video. Thank you, gentlemen. Magi Jake, I think you're starting a watch party. Thank you very much for sharing this video. Please share this video with others. It would help us all a lot. And Robert Beatty says, to hell with Friday the 13th. My whole week has been crap. Found out the other day my cousin Ruth passed at 44. And then, sincerest condolences, Robert. Man, may all the memories be golden. And then spent 4 hours hanging lights on my house the other night, and now none of them want to work. Oh, man, you've got to have a better weekend now than this. Holy crap. Well, Robert, again, condolences for your cousin Ruth. Seriously, and 44, it's too young. Any age is too young, actually. But anyway, sincerest condolences, my friend. And we know you'll get those lights working, man. I know it means a lot to you, and you are the spirit of Christmas in your neighborhood. So please don't give up now, man. Robert, we need you. And Pops Van Zant, good to see you, Pops. Always a pleasure, my friend. 2 p.m. Sunday, Brian will be at CromCon. That's CROMCON. Crom, as in Conan's God. The one, which I always love it because Crom is a god in the old Robert E. Howard stories. If you ever saw the movie Conan the Barbarian with Arnold Schwarzenegger, it's strongly worded in the Howard text that God, that Crom looks out for warriors. But if you try to get his attention, he will smite you. He just wants to work his stuff and watch you guys fight. But the minute you start asking for favors, he's going to nail you. So anyway, CromCon, just think of Arnold Schwarzenegger when you watch. Anyway, I will be on 2 p.m. Sunday Eastern time. I am so looking forward to it. And thank you for inviting me, Pops. I really am grateful. And be sure to share that, Pops. Be sure to share that on my personal page and on the Rising Tide Publications page. And hail, Brian. Oh, hail, Pops, dude. And hail, Crom. Hail, Crom. All right. And Joe D. McPhee. Morning, Brian K. Morris. Joe D. McPhee. Glad to see you, sir. Joe, hope you're having a great morning. Hope your Friday 13th is hugging you and giving you big warm smooches on the cheek. And hope you have a great weekend, too. Alfred Pennyworth says, ladies and gentlemen, I published my first book. It is 40 pages of drawings of celebrities and is available on Amazon. There's the link. Thank you, Alfred. And Charles F. Millhouse. Good morning. Oh, there is Charles F. Millhouse of Stormgate Press. Also, check out stormgatepress.com. There's a brand new blog on there by Kelly Austin, and it is fantastic. I got to get my button gear right mind. Got some ideas, and hopefully be working on it this weekend. So please check out Charles F. Millhouse, great author, dear friend, and you will see him also December 2nd on a very special episode of Clever Title Pending, when he and several of the other contributors to Pulp Reality #1 are going to talk about writing, going to talk about publishing, going to talk about being creative in a collective of friends, and it's going to be a great show. And Bobby Nash will also be on that show. Whole bunch of cool people, so please check it out. It will be fun. It'll be fun. And David Atkins says, does any other artist know or have seen the art by Walter Molino? He has a great style of drawing fights and sci-fi. I don't think I'm familiar with him. I'll have to check it out. And Carl Wisman says Friday the 13th, that's his lucky day. Cool. Carl Wisman's going to get lucky today. Let's watch. Anyway, Magi Jake Lindsay says, if you love illusions with a gospel twist, give his page a like, and it's well worth it. Yeah, Magi Jake Gospel Magician. Please give that a like and help Jake out. Like I said, the more likes a page gets, the higher the visibility. So check it out. Also, please check out the Rising Tide Publications page on Facebook. We'd love a extra like too. And remember, hashtag Pulp Reality, Charles F. Millhouse. I will never forget. All right. And mine too, says Sarah. Yeah, definitely. And I'm Sarah. Christian Basil is Sarah's bitch, and he's proud of it. He really is. And if you're wondering what Pulp Reality is all about, it is looking something like this.
Stormgate Press presents a collection of 7 new short stories from today's leading authors and illustrators in the new pulp genre. Experience courageous two-fisted heroes and their intrepid and often dangerous exploits. From dark, watery depths to high-flying heights, these fantastic tales span the globe and take the reader on fast-paced adventures in classic pulp style. Take a seat as we pull back the curtain on Days Gone By with edge-of-your-seat storytelling in the vein of Golden Age era pulp fiction. This is Pulp Reality.
Pulp Reality coming soon from Stormgate Press, December 1st on Amazon. And watch a special Clever Title Pending on December 2nd with Bobby Nash and Charles F. Milhouse and myself and several other wonderful guests who participated in that publication. And then please come see Charles F. Milhouse and myself December 12th at Comics Cubed in Kokomo, Indiana. And check out the Comics Cubed and Kokomo page on Facebook because they also have live auctions. Another one should be coming tomorrow night around 6 or 6:30 Eastern time. Check it out. They've got all kinds of great new comics and back issues that you do. And speaking of people we need, there is Nicholas Anthony Tockert. Good morning, Nick. Good to see you. Good morning, Nevermorians. This Friday the 13th, we're going to be talking about the reason for the season and why it involves the historical fencing. Check out the Historical Fencing Guild tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central on YouTube. Check it out. It's a fantastic show. Nick Tockert puts on a hell of a conversation. He's great. And hi, Sarah, says Carl Witzman. And Christian. And good morning to Philip Thompson. Philip, glad to see you here. Glad you're with us. And hope your morning's going well and your weekend's looking even better. And LOL, Sarah, from Christian Basil. Watch the boys fight over Sarah. And here we go. This is worth repeating. Carl Witzman, the Dark Pope of the Church of the Rising Tide, throws out blessings to all the Nevermorians, then takes a shot at Kraken straight from the bottle. I just stick a straw in mine. And let's see. Oops, shot past. Oh, gosh darn it. I love StreamYard, but every now and then there is this dump of comments, usually from either Facebook or YouTube. And it's like, I've almost got that next comment to make, and then bam, I'm like 20 minutes later. It's probably trying to tell me to catch up. But anyway, fine, I'm going to get my own coffee. Well, Joe Dog, I'm busy, or else I'd have bored you a cup myself. And there she is, the charming, delightful Susan Basham. Good morning, all. Mwah, Susan, so glad to see you. Put in links to your work, would you please? I would love to get some fresh eyeballs in front of it. And thank you to everybody who's been picking up the ghostly scripts of the haunting scripts of Bachelor's Grove, my publication last few days. Really appreciate it. Please tell your friends about it because we're really proud of that book. And hello, Susan, says Sarah. I make everybody sound like they're flirting with each other, which they are, don't I? Anyway, Carl Witzman, Green Room tonight, drunken shenanigans galore via StreamYard for once. All right, go check it out, Carl. Excellent. And Susan Basham, hi, Sarah. Friday the 13th. Greetings to all. Usually a lucky day for me. I cannot remember a bad Friday the 13th. I really can't. Most of my Friday the 13th have been at worst meh. But I've never had any sort of calamity. I don't know. I just don't subscribe to that 13th thing. And in fact, I really love it when I go to a hotel, a high-rise hotel, and they've got a 13th floor, because for a while there was a trend to not label your 13th floor because it was unlucky. You know what, people? You make your own luck. All right? You make your own luck. And if you let things happen to you, then every day is Friday the 13th. But if you are rising tide and you look out for other people, then you know what? Things just start happening and they're good. And speaking of good things happening, there's John B. Pica, the storyteller. Good morning, Multiverse. Good morning, Citizen Pica. Good to see you. Let's have a health update from you, can we, John? Hope you are doing better. And speaking of somebody that makes my morning, there is good morning, everyone, and hugs from author Kathy Jackson. Mwah! Check out Kathy Jackson's books on Facebook. Check out the work of author Kathy Jackson on Amazon. Because if you like your romance inspirational with a little bit of spice, that's the gal to check out. Anyway, love you, Kathy. Mwah. Hope you and the family have a great weekend. And I won't be here long. Open enrollment is in full swing. Yeah, John, I know. I'm starting mine. Yes, I turned 65 in March, which is kind of a surprise because at one point I wasn't sure I was going to see 33. Or 34 actually, but no, it's like I understand you're being busy. This is hectic, and I didn't realize how much there was to know, and how many people come out of the freaking freaking woodwork to try to get you to sign up for their insurance. I've got someone I'm consulting with, hopefully in the next week, about my supplemental insurance. But yeah, I'm of the age that Medicaid is coming up, and thank goodness for it. So anyway, and anyway, Carl Wisman says, "Arise, John B. Pike. I hope you are doing better." Carl Wisman, we agree with you completely. John, you are a major part of this rising tide movement, and we're so glad you're here. And speaking of major part of the movement, there is Charles F. Millhouse. Stop by and read the guest blog by Kelly Austin on stormgatepress.com. I'll be hosting one by Bobby Nash soon, bobbynash.com. Check out stormgatepress.com for all information on some pulp influence goodness, and you're going to see a lot of familiar Nevermorian names on there too. And Carleen, still warm. That's what she said. That's just what I was thinking when it came out of me. Leave that alone. Shut up, Christian. Anyway, David Atkins just finished a lot of art that I can't post because of the content. Doing nudes is something I have wondered why it was important until I started testing it. Charcoal and graphite. It helps. It's called drawing from real life. It gives verisimilitude to your illustrations. You can always send it to me, David. Remember your lonely friends. Anyway, John B. Pike of the Storyteller says, but I sent Mr. Morris some cool news about my next chapter. Ooh! And don't forget, if you want to get some cool news from John B. Pike of the Storyteller, go to patreon.com/impossibilists or send John a message via his Facebook page or his YouTube channel there, and he'll guide you, or send it to me, and I'll sure send it to you. In fact, I've got a Patreon page that I'm not too shy about talking about. Let's get down to it, though. There it is. Patreon.com/Brian K. Morris, where I have been posting exclusive notifications on how well I am doing and not doing in National Novel Writing Month. NaNoWriMo is, we're getting through it. We're not as productive as we were last year, unfortunately, but we've got some more distractions. But anyway, check out Patreon. You've got some good people on there. And anyway, we'd love it if you would become a subscriber. Check us out. We've got some really good stuff coming up, and some really reasonable participation levels, as does John. Check out Impossibilists at Patreon. And now let's see. I'm looking forward to reading the news. John, haven't been on this morning online until this, so I'm going to be spending a couple hours this afternoon just being behind on this great Friday the 13th. And we failed to see the rocket explode on Stupid O'Clock last night, so we will see if we can blow up something tonight. Excellent. I definitely want to be there for that. I'm going to be watching about 5 screens at once tonight. And more people are arriving on YouTube. Summons others to join the cool kids. Yes, the picture and sound are better on YouTube, and you get it a few seconds before you do on Facebook. Also, as if that weren't enough, Facebook will give you a 20-minute warning that I'm going to be on, whereas I've noticed that YouTube gives you a half hour to prepare. That gives you time to brew a pot of coffee and to get yourself braced for whatever the hell this is. And there he is. Good morning, all, at plasmafiregraphics.com. Jeffrey Hayes. Jeffrey, it is good to see you, my friend. Jeffrey is the mastermind behind a number of the videos that you see running on this page. In fact, he's done one for me that looks exactly like this.
From author Brian K. Morris comes a classic hero in a high-flying, fast-paced, and action-packed steampunk adventure. The original Skyman battles the Master of Steam, with an introduction by comics icon and historian Roy Thomas. A Rising Tide, an Ace Comics publication. Available now in print or digital format on Amazon.com.
That's right. Plasma Fire Graphics did that video for my book, The Original Skyman Battles the Master of Steam. Please check it out. And also the Haunting Scripts of Bachelor's Grove and Volcano Rebirth of the Champion. We'll be running some at the tail end of the show. Please stay tuned for that. But anyway, if you would like a very reasonably priced trailer for your publication, talk to Jeffrey Hayes at Plasma Fire Graphics when the look of your book matters to you. And by the way, they're sponsoring this episode. I think I forgot to say that at the top of the episode. But yes, Plasma Fire Graphics is our ongoing sponsor of these shenanigans. And we are grateful to Jeffrey Hayes, and grateful most of all for his friendship. Jeffrey's a great guy. Jeffrey, you have no idea how much, or actually I think it was on the air, but people, people remember from Tuesday's show, Clever Title Pending, with Bobby Nash and Jim Beard, when I ran one of your videos, and they're both like, hey, that looks like Jeff's work. That's great. Cool. It's like all of a sudden, it's like I've gained acceptance among the higher echelon of the new pulp movement because you're my pal. So anyway, it is who you know in this business. Anyway, Carl Winston. Anyway, Jeffrey Hayes, thank you for your ongoing sponsorship and your ongoing friendship. You are the best. Anyway, he can be working for you. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you. And Carl Winston says 13 people watching on YouTube on Friday the 13th. Yay! But only 8 likes so far. WTH. And Joe McKeel and Nick Tucker, thank you for sharing this video on Facebook. It is greatly appreciated. But yeah, please take just a second, and if you're enjoying what you see, please like this video, all right? Now, if you don't like it, send me a message and tell me what you don't like. It may be nothing will fix, but at least I'll know, because this show has evolved. It really has, and you'd be surprised. I'm going to tell you all. A lot of people send me messages about why can't you fit this show to make it more what I want it to be. Well, no, it's because of the interaction you and I have on here. And I'm not going to take somebody who doesn't show up and doesn't support my work saying, well, you need to make this show so I can come on and promote it myself. No, it's, if you can't come on here and develop a relationship with the Nevermorians, then you don't understand what promotion is about. All right. So anyway, or at least as far as I'm concerned, but it's working. But anyway, look at the friendships we've got here. Look how many people, the minute they get here, people say, hey, how you doing? How are you? And, and that's one of the reasons I do this show. I love it. Like Sarah says, right, Carl? Agreed. Yes, please give this show a like wherever you're at, whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, because it does help. It really does. And Christian Basil says, Sarah, always want to be where you are. And Sarah says, I love that, Christian. What a pleasure. Let's talk about pleasure. And I want to watch. Let me get my camera and my popcorn. Anyway, John B. Pike, the storyteller on YouTube, says, we'll be talking geeks. We'll be talking geek pop culture, movies, comics, toys, games, and other cool stuff I've discovered during the week. All while sharing a big bowl of our favorite breakfast cereal. Yes, tune in and watch John B. Pike eat. No, actually, it's good that he has an appetite after all he's been through the last month and a half. John is a My Sharona Miley Cyrus survivor. So it's tough, and we're glad John's with us, man. Seriously concerned. So it's good that you're here, and we'll have to tune in and watch, see what kind of food you're having. This sounds good. I like a lot of cereals. Cold cereals, actually, assuming that's what you're eating. Or I love oatmeal that's been cooked for hours. But anyway, enough about food. 10 likes, that's more like it. Thanks. Thank you, Carl Wisman. Thank you for beating the drum for me. And also, please check out Uncle Carl's Secret Humor page. You get in by invite only. So please let us know you're interested. But you must be unoffendable, because there's a lot of offensive stuff on there. And everybody's going, really? And also, you've got to have a great sense of humor and be willing to participate. It's a fun place to hang out. It really is. Charles F. Millhouse says, Jeffrey Hayes is providing the cover and promotion for my first book of 2021, Evolution Man. I am so excited to see that. And we'll be running some more Stormgate Press stuff at the end of the show. So stick around after we close out the show, because there's some really cool people that have given us their videos that we are running, kind of like alternating and such. So please check out all the cool stuff your friends are up to. Trevor Hawkins says, Christian, I might have a Doctor Who related favor to ask of you before long. Excellent. And now 12 likes on YouTube. Sarah, thank you. Thank you to everyone who's watching us on YouTube. And I can tell you right now that there are 17 people currently watching us on YouTube, which actually now is more than who's on my various Facebook platforms. So please check it out. Also, this show is powered by geekinsider.com. Check out that YouTube page too. They've got about 600 subscribers. We'd like to catch up with them, but please make sure you check out their broadcasting, especially this week of Indie Band. All right, it ends tonight, and there's lots of good stuff still to come, so please check it out. Christian Basil says, Mr. Hawkins just asked Michaela Jade, I'm all about the favors. Oh, yes, he is. Boom, chicka wow wow. Anyway, Trevor is grateful for that. Trevor, you don't know what you're getting into, seriously. Anyway, no, Christian's a wonderful guy. I love the hell out of him. I really do. And would kill for the chance to. Charles F. Millhouse says, being a writer is a journey. You should relish it, enjoy it, and in the end, you leave a legacy when you're gone. That's true. That's true. A lot of people say, I want to live forever. I'm doing it. I'm living it. I'm living the dream right now. This is all what I've always wanted to do. Not, this is a bonus, but being able to publish my work and have people appreciate it. And and by the way, Magi Jake, thank you very much for your review of my Haunting Scripts of Bachelor's Grove book. It is greatly appreciated. And if you've read any of my stuff and you have not left a review, please leave a review. In fact, we write a book called Do I Have It Here? Of course I have it here. Here we go. Sophisticated graphics. Amazon book reviews made less impossible. A reader's guide to rewarding authors. If you're a reader and you want to help your author for free, write a review. It helps, and this book tells you why and how. In fact, we even give you a handy template to teach you how to do it. All right. It's real easy. Just takes a minute, and you have no idea how much it helps us. It really does. Amazon book reviews made less impossible. Reader's guide to rewarding authors by me from Rising Tide Publications, available on Amazon, of course, and Smashwords.com. Please check it out. And Grant Lankard says, after Beowulf, my next project is a tell-all book on Brian K. Morris. Tentative title, sorry, ladies, there's no more room in the hot tub. I don't know, Grant, you get enough WD-40, there's always room for one more. But anyway, you're going to have, Grant, I am an open book to a degree, and to beat me on a tell-all, you're going to have to work fast before I blab it. But anyway, Grant, please check out Grant Lankard's art page. Please leave a link to your page, Grant. I implore you, my friend. I implore you. And let's see. And hashtag in the hot tub, just where I want Sarah. And it is not clothing optional. You don't want to get your clothing wet. Anyway, Carl Witzman, love it, Grant. Yeah. And hashtag rub Cookie's butt. Yes, Carl, we've been doing that. Actually, like I said, Cookie sprained a muscle in near her lady parts, shall we call it. And I have been massaging it. Not the lady part. She won't let me near it because that's just too close to the injury. But she pulled a muscle while she was at work, and part of it extended around her backside. And we've almost got that worked out. It's a matter of massaging the lactic acid, which is what gets into your muscle that makes you feel fatigue. All right. So when you start getting let's say you're doing a repetitive motion, and your muscle starts to ache, that's lactic acid building up. And when you rest, the lactic acid flows out. But when you injure yourself, it's kind of trapped in there because of the muscle swelling. This is what I understand. I am not a doctor. Do not follow my advice. This is your disclaimer and your final warning. But anyway, we have almost got her backside taken care of. Shut up, Christian. Hashtag shut up, Christian. 50 Shades of Christian is what he's thinking right now. So now we are concentrating more on the groin area, which I realize I should have self-edited before I said that. But no, she's still able to get to work. Now coming home's a little bit iffy, which is why I won't be in the studio with Ron Fitzgerald tonight at 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern time for his incredible Dark Sticky live cast tonight. And it's going to be fantastic. So please check it out on Master Ron Fitzgerald's YouTube channel. Also his Fitzgerald's Realm. It's Fitzgerald's Realm. That's the name of it on YouTube and also on Facebook. He's going to have a live broadcast on both platforms, and it's going to be so much fun. I'm going to be on there, as is Ari Lehman, the very first Jason Voorhees, and a fantastic musician, great actor. Also, the real-life queen of the paranormal, Kadrolsha Ona Carole. Please check her out. I've been checking her out. Anyway, she's gorgeous. She is intelligent. She is incredibly fun, and I love her to death. She's a great friend, and you'll love her too. So check out queenoftheparanormal.com and tune in tonight for all these great shows, man. Fridays used to be so dull, but thanks to people like Carl Witzman, Nick Tockard, and Master Ron Fitzgerald, there is no more boredom on Fridays. It is not permitted. Anyway, Brian Wensloff, good to see you here, brother. 2 very good songs by a couple of my favorite UK artists released new songs by Steps and Gary Barlow. I know Gary Barlow, yeah. I'll post the links to the very good songs in a bit. Yeah, very, very cool. I always love checking out new music. I've been checking out some heavy metal stuff recently that I've been enjoying a lot. And every now and then I will find some new music from people I am familiar with. And I'm like, wow, I didn't know they did this. Like the Cardigans. I went back and checked out the Cardigans catalog, and it's like, wow. That stuff's good. And the Eric Hawkins has graced us with his presence. Good morning, everyone, from YouTube. Glad to have you here, the Eric. Hope you are having a great morning, sir. Hope all is well with you. And Carl Wisman, the Eric Hawkins has arrived. Yes, he has. And good morning. Hello and good morning. The Eric Hawkins, says Sarah. And Carl Wisman from YouTube says the Dark Pope nods to him. He has thus blessed you, the Eric Hawkins, or as his friends call him, and Carl Wisman says, I hope someone has control of Indie Vent because I don't know if Meredith has electricity or interwebs yet. Oh, that's right. That's a good question. Hopefully they get it back by this afternoon. Yes. For those of you who don't know, but she is okay, right, Carl? Have you been in touch with her? As you know, Meredith lives in the Florida area that is currently being treated like a drunken prom date by a hurricane down there, and she lost power and internet yesterday. So the people of Florida are probably wandering around lost, unable to talk. But anyway, please keep Meredith Loughran in your thoughts and prayers, please, because she's a lovely lady. In fact, she is responsible for a lot of what you see here, so you know who to blame. But anyway, she is wonderful, and she is in charge of Indie Vent. So please give her some kind thoughts and prayers. And there's Brian, Gary Barlow, This Is My Time. Thank you very much, Brian. We will check that out later. And Sarah says, I'll be the dark mistress of the Church of the Nevermorians. You have the job. We have a dark mistress. We have a Grand Inquisitor in Cindy Kep, and we have the dark Pope in Carl Witzman. So yeah, this is lining up. The only person without a title is me, which is how I'd like to keep it. And we are setting this up as a fake religion. Every bit as fake as Scientology. But anyway, did I say out loud? Well, I'm going to get a snake in my mailbox someday. But anyway, but yeah, we are a phony religion. And we're proud of it. But anyone who wants to sign up is allowed. And Carl, we got to figure out how to do marriages. We really do. We can have dark marriages. How does that sound? I think we can get behind that. Dark faux marriages. Anyway, and yes, Sarah, as we all line up to be chained in Sarah's dungeon happily. And Magi Jake Lindsay, I watched a really powerful video yesterday. It was of a centurion describing the crucifixion. It was really powerful. Yeah. I mean, that's the one thing, all the religious significance aside from the crucifixion, it's a nasty way to die. It really is. It's a very torturous way to pass on. It really is. And Magi Jake, if you didn't watch Legend of the Traveling TARDIS last Tuesday night, you ought to check it out, because my holiday in terms of the Doctor was Easter, and pitching the story to showrunner Chris Chibnall of a story that will never be written about Doctor Who. Although I could do it as fan fiction, I really love the idea I came up with. I think it was a good idea. But man alive, it's about the Easter, of course, would be a fixed point in time, which in the Doctor Who mythology is an event in time that must never be altered because of the far-reaching ramifications of it. For instance, Apollo 11 landing on the moon would be a fixed point in time and must never be altered because of the ramifications. it's not just large events like that, but small events too that create a ripple effect in time. Kind of like the butterfly effect. But unless you're a Time Lord, don't be screwing with that stuff, okay? But yeah, that sounds interesting, Magi Jake. We will have to check that out. And Brian Westhoff also has by steps, Hold My Heart. Check out the music that Brian Wensloff is promoting, and also check out Reels and Heels 215 this coming Saturday. Great times lined up. And the Dark Pope has spoken. I am the Dark Mistress now. Carl, we need business cards. We need to create graphics with our titles on it. We really do. Although I don't have one. Teresa Dunn says, "Hey, do you want some good news to start out your Friday the 13th?" Well, Teresa D. Dunn, and that D stands for delightful, has a brand new book release, Poetry Expressions 2. The first book was so good it had to have a sequel. Now with more poetry, it's available on Amazon in paperback, and the ebook is coming your way soon. So check out Poetry Expressions 2 by Teresa D. Dunn. Don't ask for anyone else, because she is the poetry lady here, and she could be our dark poet. There we go. And Brian Robin, good morning, my fellow Brian and Nevermorians. The covfefe is peppermint mocha. Ooh, and Christmas music is playing. 2020 be damned. If a year needed a little Christmas now, it's this dumpster fire. And speaking of which, that's a cue. And anyway, folks, let's take this down for a moment here so we can get our graphics up. Smile, everyone. It's Friday. All right. Treat it with love. It'll treat you with love. Isn't that right, Doctor? See, he knows. Yeah. And let's see here. We've got to have this. And of course, we mentioned the dumpster fire. Welcome to 2020. And keep in mind, folks, we are almost 11 and a half out of 12 parts through it. We are slowly slogging out of 2020, and it's up to us to make 2021 better. And I think the only reason that 2020 hasn't been a complete Joe is that we've got each other. You've helped me a lot, people. And I'm hoping we can do the same for you. And Trevor Hawkins says, yes. Hello, the Eric, says Trevor Hawkins. The Trevor Eric has given you his blessings. Got the Dark Misses and the Dark Mistress. I'm set. Oh, is Carleen the Dark Misses now? Cool. Carl's lining up the organization here. This is awesome. And there we have it, Carl. There we go. And please put in your resume if you want to be a dark something or other in the Church of the Rising Tide. And Trevor Hawkins Christian, I sent you a PM on Instagram. Excellent. And John B. Pike of the Storyteller from YouTube says, I've retired from performing magic, and I've already had 2 people ask me to teach them my original close-up magic. John, we should talk about that, because actually there is shekels to be made in instructional videos, dude. Seriously. StreamYard, no, not StreamYard. Who am I thinking of? Skillshare.com encourages you and teaches you how to do how-to videos. And someday I'm going to put some of my stuff on there if I decide what I want to teach. So anyway, I may do one on broadcasting sometime. But anyway, check out John B. Pike of the Storyteller and give that page a like, if you would, on YouTube. Christian Basil says, Dark Mistress, I can't tell you what I'm thinking right now. And I can't wait to get there. Maybe she can take confessions too. It's been forever since my confession, and I've been a naughty boy, Dark Mistress. Anyway, this is working out. And Greg Williams, you picked the wrong time to come on the show. Anyway, glad to see you here, my friend. How's the family? How y'all been? Haven't talked to you in ages. And Greg Williams laments, as I sit in my lonely classroom at Danville High School, preparing for my classes to start, I always feel a little less isolated and a little more warm and fuzzy when you pop up on the screen. Thank you for your positivity and generosity of spirit. Greg, dude, you are rising tide all the way, and thank you for those kind words. I so appreciate you, man. Been too long. I've been too long since we talked. I hope you and the family are doing well. Greg is an incredible actor and creator and director. And I'm glad we can brighten your morning even just a little, because I know the effect that being in Danville High School can have on people. Although I didn't go there, but it is kind of fun when I was with Danville Light Opera and we do shows and see your picture in some of the old newspaper articles there. That made me happy. But anyway, Greg, Crazy man love to you, man. Hope you're doing well. Seriously, it's good to see you. Pop in, say hello more often. It would make me happy. And cool, John, be a teacher. Bring it to another generation. There you go. Seriously. And it can be seen right here on my YouTube channel. Well, there you go. But think about Skillshare too. Check it out. And Christian and Sarah's Trevor's hot for Sarah, and who isn't, and why not? And nice, says Sarah. Nick Tockard says, mixed emotions as I am going back into work after my anniversary staycation with the amazing Amanda Tockard. And she is. Check out her work and Nicholas's on Amazon. But I get to add Lacey Lemke's horror books to the Earl Park Public Library. Next week will be a big push to compile my nights and really hammer out the first draft of part 2 of the Hybrids RPG role-playing game quick play adventure module. I play tested that with Nick and with the creator Luke Stone, and that is a great system. Whether you are a veteran role play, tabletop gamer, or whether you've always wanted to know how it's done, it's a super system. Really easy to get into, and all you need is a handful of really, some percentile dice. No, it was a D20. It was a D20. I love my D20s. But anyway, check it out. And Nick, does Earl Park need some books from me? Let me know sometime. Maybe I can come over when you're working and help you out, okay? And Carlene from YouTube is wondering what Carl means by dark misses. Yeah, you better check in on that. I think he's out drafting people to work the church, Somebody's got to sweep the floors. Jobby Pike, the storyteller, says, Jake, if you want to learn killer close-up and parlor magic, yeah, seriously, I would love it if you guys networked. I really would. I think it'd be good for both of you, really. Charles F. Millhouse says, I can send you copies of Pulp Reality if you can't wait, Brian. There's part of me that wants to save you money, and then there's part of me is like, I will do an unboxing if that would help. I waffle, Charles, as you know I do. And sometimes I pancake too. But anyway, I'm still trying to stay strong. I'm trying to save you some money on the book, shipping me the books and everything. And don't think I don't appreciate it, but man, it's tough waiting. As Christian knows, it's hard. Anyway, John Witzman says, I bookmarked that, John. Excellent. And Trevor Hawkins says, don't know who I'll be with. It's from BKM. Yes, welcome to the book that Trevor Hawkins is writing with Sarah called Brian Says. Anyway, and Carl Witzman takes his life in his hands and mocks Carlene with his laughter. Nice knowing you, Carl. And Brian Rodman says, hey, after this show, you head on over to the Dastardly Dingoes and join the shenanigans with the Dastardly Dingoes podcast. Jeremy Woodring and I have the amazing privilege of having a blast interviewing some amazing creators, including Fez-wearing fiends. I have no idea who he's talking about. This week's episode features the king among peasants, Stephen Bowman, as we talk about his new series, Trash City, on Webtoon. Excellent. I got to catch up with that podcast. I love your broadcast, guys. And also, Brian Rodman and Jeremy Woodring, the Dastardly Dingoes themselves, will be on Clever Title Pending this coming Wednesday at 8 p.m. and y'all want to be there. Seriously, you do. And y'all want to be in Kokomo with Brian Nance. Brian, good morning to you. Hope you're having a great morning so far, sir. Hope your Friday the 13th is treating you like your luckiest day ever. And Joe D. McPhee, what's new on the story front from you, Brian? Well, thank you for asking, Joe. And I know we're behind, but anyway, we're going to have fun. But anyway, no, we're involved with NaNoWriMo, where I'm trying to surge ahead, get ahead on my first draft flash fiction novel, where normally I'm an outlier, but I'm writing this by the seat of my pants. And we have a different view of some old classic pulp characters that if I can get 3 amens, not amen, yay for Friday the 13th. If I could get 3 yays for Friday the 13th, I will tell you who the principal public domain character is that I am working with. All right. Now, Trevor Hawkins knows, so no fair, Trevor. Don't reveal. But anyway, he's my unindicted co-conspirator on a lot of works. But anyway, if I can get 3 yay for Friday the 13th, I will reveal the name of that character. And also, you can see those chapters popping up on my Patreon page. Look for Brian K. Morris, one word, all lowercase. But that's my main thing right now. I also want to do a blog entry for Charles F. Millhouse. Then after that, we're going to go back to finishing up Aquatic, our fantasy romance book. Hopefully get it done before early first quarter of 2021. Looking forward to that. But anyway, Joe D. McPhee, thank you. And tell us about your works in progress too, please. And Ginger Jelly, send me some, please. Yeah, we found it at an Asian grocery store. You might check down there. I'll try to see if I can find a brand name for you, John, that you might be able to order from. But yeah, this ginger jelly is amazing. It's great on toast. If you like ginger, of course. It's very powerful. And in fact, it was funny. We went to the Albance Candy Factory up in Merrillville, Indiana. It's about an hour and a half north of me. And they make the best gummy bears. They really do. Really good stuff. And their factory is fun because you can buy wholesale there or close to wholesale. And we picked up some ginger candies that Cookie wanted to saw hers in half. They were that potent. But yeah, that's good stuff. I really enjoyed my tea last night. And any night is a good night for cracking. And any day, any morning. It's not just for breakfast anymore, Amy Hale. Not that I would know. Oh, anyway, check out the work of author Amy Hale. She's awesome. And Grant Lankard, I always embrace Friday the 13th. It's one of the few days I feel comfortable running around a camp in my designer hockey mask. I was just trying to show some campers my machete. Why did they run? Grant Lankard? I know. Some people are so close-minded, but a couple whacks with that machete, you can open their minds in so many ways and save the coroner some work. Anyway, Magi Jake Lindsay says, when my dad's stomach is upset, he drinks ginger ale. Yeah, I learned the same thing when I had my first bout of food poisoning when I was in high school. I got my mother went out and bought some, I was opening up at both ends. Let's put it that way. Didn't know where to aim. That's enough, Brian. Anyway, my mom went out and got me some ginger ale, and that's why I recommend you sip it like wine. Not just glug it down, because it'll come right back up if your stomach's upset. But you sip it, and it's the ginger, and it soothes your stomach. I drink ginger, and you have to get the good stuff too, like Canada Dry or Schweppes. There's a couple others, but it has to say real ginger on it. Okay, because a lot of places just use ginger flavoring, your really cheap sodas, and so that's the best way to go about it. And sorry to hear, Robert, as are we all. Please give Robert Beatty some love, please. And Joe Dog McKeel says, I may have shared it on Facebook, but watching on YouTube. Glad to see you here. I appreciate your sharing, and sorry to hear about your cousin Robert. And prayers, Robert. And Susan Basham, many hugs for Robert. And Brian Rodman says, if you enjoy horror fantasy, or even if you don't, you'll come around. Head on over to brianrodman.com and check out Memoirs of an Angel. It's about a ragtag group of infinite and finite beings who race through time and space to rescue a broken witch hunter from the clutches of the Dark Kingdom. Not to be confused with the Dark Pope of the Rising Tide, Church of the Rising Tide. It's Lord of the Rings meets The Exorcist, so join the adventure today. And Brian, thank you for that, Brian Rahman. Appreciate that. And Brian Wensloff, we are Brian laden this morning, are we not? I'm glad to say. I'm one of the few that actually enjoyed the 2009 remake of Friday the 13th and would love a sequel to it. It starred Sam from Supernatural, Jared Padalecki, and I bet Amy Hale knew that. She's a fangirl for him. And Magi Jake says, I have all my Christmas decorations up already. I hope to get them out by the 26th. Anyway, Christian Basil, devastated the Whovians in Florida. Join us live at 6 p.m. Tuesday. Yeah. Christian, I hope you're safe down there too, man. Hope Meredith's okay. She's got an event to run. Damn it, woman, get busy. And did you get any coffee, Joe Dog? Please, Joe Dog, say you did. And have you heard the news out of Las Vegas this morning? The card shufflers are going on strike. It appears to be a big deal. I love it. That's funny. Oh, I'll tell Cookie that one. She will laugh. Anyway, Eric Hawkins says, I did a print for this campaign and got to see the physical. It is spectacular. Lone Wolf issue number 1 via Kickstarter. Lone Wolf issue 1, check it out. And very good, the Eric. I'm sorry for getting you both confused. Actually, at least one of you is confused now. Anyway, the Eric. Anyway, check out the work of Eric Hawkins. He's also got 4 pages, I believe it is, in Cthulhu Invades Oz, brand new book from Travis Gibb. Please check it out. And Christian Basil says, Joe Dog McKeel says, I'll quit coming so Brian can catch up. It's not you, man. It's not you. It's me, darling. But no, we've been having conversations, and that's cool. So anyway, and I see some people there that we got to catch up with, and here we go. We will catch up one of these days. And I'm seeing some good comments here. Man, I wish I could read them. I'll get to them eventually. So, gosh, oh, man. Okay, there we go. And keep going, Brian, keep going. I'm another dump of people here. You know, the thing is, I'll look like I'm catching up, then all of a sudden, StreamYard will give me like a bunch of stuff here. And people have told me, I don't want you to not read comments. So there are a few I will not read, and I see a couple of them I will not be reading today. So har, har, har. And it's only letting me go back so far. So anyway, we're going to catch up one way or another. Two-Fisted Heroes. Did you know about this, Sarah? And groan Joe Dog. And Two-Fisted Heroes, what's going to be the rescuer after the Two Fists? I'm so backing up out of this. Please don't let me comment, God. Anyway, Joe McKeel says, just commenting for that Al Gore thing. There we go. And Christian Basil gives Sarah an evil grin. And hey, Susan B. Glad to see you here. And Susan Basham says, hi, howdy, Carl. Good to have you here, Susan. Seriously, always a pleasure. And Philip Thompson, remember the comic book cover showed you the book is done. Yes, I put black borders around my pages together, rid of the pencil marks, and we'll finish it. Excellent progress, Philip Thompson. Looking forward to seeing that. And Gospel Magician Jake Lindsay says the only bad Friday the 13th was part 2. Yeah, I wasn't a bit. It was not my favorite, but part 1 was really good. A long time ago, Trevor Hawkins says 13 was regarded as a good number. That's true. Well, it still is with some of us. And but remember, 1 is the loneliest number you can ever do. And Nick Tucker says on today, for November 13th, it's also World Kindness Day. Wear a cardigan in memory of Mr. Rogers and do something kind today. Guys, we are all lights for the folks in the dark. Blaze on into the coming winter like the bonfires of brilliance you are. Love you, man. Seriously, that is great. And Rick Bradley says, good morning, Nevermorians. Good morning to you, Rick Bradley. Hope you're having a great morning so far. John B. Pike of the Storyteller goes, oh, it's Friday the 13th. I'm leading a haunted tour of Nashville tonight. Should be fun. Oh, man. Have a good time, John. If I'm ever down there long enough, I'm going to have you lead me through a haunted house. That ought to be so cool. And Carl Wisman says from YouTube, I must have missed the giggle snort and didn't realize you had come in, Susan. Well, you said hello, and that's what counts. And Russell Allen, good morning, Nevermorians. Good morning to you, my friend. Hope you are doing well. And giggle snort, hashtag T-Surtles. T-Surtles, I'm sure I've said that wrong. And Carl Wisman laughs at that. Laughs, I tell you. And so today is Friday the 13th. Big freaking deal, says Bill Sarn. This whole year has been Friday the 13th, and it's going to be continued until further notice, not unless we say so. It's up to us, Bill Sarn. You great big negative poopy head. You get in the lane. Start driving with the rest of us positivity people. And I get to spend $200 in a magic shop tonight. I'm going to upgrade my magic show attire. Oh, Jake, you are sartorial resplendent as it is. I look forward to the glorious results. Rick Bradley said here at work, so I'll be lurking in the background. Good to have you here. Hope you're having a great morning. And Rick Bradley's been caught by Russell Allen. He's seeing you. And I promise, Sarah says Christian Basil, my rocket doesn't explode prematurely, Joe. Sure, Joe. Yeah, it didn't explode. You were just cleaning it and it went off, right? Anyway, moving on. And Sarah's purring as a result of Christian's comments. Ooh. And hey, Christian, how are you, my friend? Says Jake Lindsay. Joe Dog McKeel says, at HalloCon, our host hotel has the superstition of no 13 rooms. So I had a room party in 113. Posted signs all over the place. Nothing like sitting in the common area watching people try to find it. Joe Dog, you are an evil, evil man. No wonder I adore you in a manly sort of way. And I want to be you if I should ever grow up. Nick Tucker says, I watch on YouTube, my TV, and comment from Facebook on my phone. There's a man who's making technology his bitch. I love it. And Christian Basil, surviving Magi Jake. Hey, that's all some of us can do, Christian. But as long as we're still kicking, it doesn't have to be high. And my Facebook and YouTube feed is actually synced. Interesting. Wow, that doesn't happen very often, Brian Wensoff. And Carleen says, Carl, I'm seeing 15 likes. The more the merrier. Please, people. It helps us get, and Joe Dog McHale says 16 now. Yes, please. If you're watching from YouTube, please. And we have more people now on YouTube than we do on Facebook, which is really kind of cool. Thank you. And same says Brian Wensloff. And now 17. Thank you to everyone who has given this video a like, and hope you all please subscribe to the channel too, because we got a lot of original content coming up, and you go and dig it. In fact, soon we're going to be posting our video on how to improve your broadcasting, okay, and see where I'm not doing it, okay. But anyway, Carl Wisman, well, I posted that, about 13 people watching back in 2019. That's enough out of you, Carl. We're just going to stop reading stuff from you, Dark Pope. And same here, Christian. I keep having redheads messaging me. Oh, you poor man, must be hell. And be careful, Carl. 15 and 16 can get you 20. Christian speaks wisdom there. And a dislike, derp. Well, you know what? They're okay. Now, the thing is, I found out on YouTube, if you dislike a video, it no longer shows up in your searches, and that's fine, because if we have somebody that doesn't support the Rising Tide, doesn't support you guys and gals, then we don't care. Nick Tucker, Cindy Kemp, thank you for sharing this video. Mwah, Cindy, we will get to you soon, I promise. Shut up, Christian. Susan Basham, take a mind trip to Mars with the crew of the good ship Thunderchild's Fury. 2 decades after the War of the Worlds. Check out 20 Million Leagues Over the Sea by KT Hunter. That's Susan. On Amazon and Smashwords. Please check out that book. And when you're done reading it, please leave a review. It helps her so much. And Eric Hawkins says, hey, who gave a dislike? I'm a wascally wabbit. You'll never get to, you won't get notifications if you leave it there, Eric. If that was you, it actually does you more harm than it does me, to be, because I've been doing research on it. And Christian Basil says, a dislike made their balls fall off and into the volcano. Yeah. Well, Eric, if that was you, only dogs will hear your complaints. Anyway, right, says Sarah. But Nicholas Anthony Tucker says, oh, the mighty Manatee Man, master of marketing, is bestowing a blessing from the watery depths. Benjamin Jitalik Starkey will be publishing his work soon, trademark of Reaper minis, and may represent any amount of time. Ooh, excellent. It soon is a relative term, right? Yeah, I get that. I'm going to have the sequel to Volcana out soon. I get it. And Carl Wisman says, some people are like that. Leave them for the karma train. Yeah, I agree. We don't need them. And Jake Lindsay Gospel Magician says, I got some really awesome watch parties coming up on his group, The Magic of the Gospel. Check out that page and give it a like, because he's a good guy. Let's help each other, all right? And Sarah, I was told when I first started getting haters that it was a sign that our show finally made it. Brian is the man. Hey, I've got haters. I really do. I even have a death threat. So anyway, I wear those as badges of glory. I really do. And it means that I'm succeeding and someone else isn't, and it's not that I make this a, boy, am I showing them sort of thing, but it's like that sort of negativity grinds you down. It holds you back. Whereas, look at Christian Basil. He just passed 40,000 people subscribing to his Facebook page, The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, and check out his show. He's awesome. He got it because he's a good guy. He's talented. He shares, and he is totally rising tide. Okay. So anyway, that's why Carl is moving up. Carly, all of you, when you look out for other people, you get looked out after from your peers. All right. And the man, BKM. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Dark Mistress. I appreciate that. And Ted Davies Artistry from YouTube. And check that and subscribe to that channel too. Woohoo! Green Room Ted tonight. Oh, yeah. It's going to be fun. And yes, Green Room Ted, says Carl Witzman. And Magi Jake Lindsay says, you're welcome, my friend. It's a really awesome book. Thank you. I appreciate you. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. It's such an odd duck of a book that I always wonder if I made the right choices in putting it out. And one of my projects for 2021, maybe 2022, is actually updating the first part and separating the two out, because some people don't want to read the horror stories if they want to learn how to write, if they want to learn how to start a writing career, and people who want to just figure out how to get started in their creativity journey, they don't necessarily want to read the fiction. So I want to separate them out for people, and everyone will have them three choices and all three products. Anyway, hey Ted, Green Room Ted is spectacular. Yes, he is. He grabs the green room, makes it turn its head and cough. And you are too kind, Sarah. Ted Davies, we all believe in you. We all think you're awesome. Phil Thompson, can you give a preview of my book before it goes on Amazon? If you send me a PDF of it, yes, I could. And Sarah, oh, it's the truth, Ted. It is. And Brian Wensloff would buy that for $1. You betcha, RoboCop, he would. And Ted Davies Artistry puts on his sunglasses at night. There he is. And Christian Basil says, if I'm in a bathtub with Sarah, I'm hoping my clothes aren't the only thing getting wet. Well, let's move on really rapidly from that. 50 Shades, hashtag 50 Shades of Christian. Carl Westman, lactic acid, is that what the kids are calling it these days? Yeah, I never took lactic acid when I was a kid, so I have no excuse for my behavior. Christian Basil, we got her backside taken care of. Brian and I both died. Yeah, if I don't take care of her backside, I die. But anyway, Brian Robin, now we're focusing on the groin area. That's when Christian died. And WD-40 in the hot tub, Brian, you should know better. Astroglide, you can fit a Cadillac in a dog. You can fit a Cadillac in a doghouse with that stuff. Yeah, I was trying to remember the term, but WD-40 came up quicker. Shut up, Christian. And because we're all about things coming up quicker. But yeah, Astroglide is the best, I hear. That's why we keep it in the 5-gallon drum size. Christian Basil says, focus on her groin area. I no longer have to post anything. Brian lays buries the man. Brian lays, then buries the landmine, then steps on it happily. Yep. Yeah, Christian, when it comes to the innuendo and the naughty sayings, you got to keep up with me. I'm the base setter around here, and I keep complaining about it. Anyway, Meredith is okay, but no indie event last night that I could find, so I hope someone has the extra key. Yeah, well, I know, well, I don't know. Well, Matthew Harris should be able to take over. Rob Anderson has the keys to the kingdom, so I'm going to be busy tonight. But anyway, could I be the court painter, Brian? Yes, you can. Dark Pope, please appoint Trevor Hawkins our court painter if we could. And Ted Davies Artistry, I'll be Saint Ted of the Worthless Miracle for the church. There we go. Your service to our service is greatly appreciated, young man. And I'll be Altar Boy, nothing under the ropes is Christian Basil. Come sit on my lap and tell me more about it. Anyway, Ted Davies, Basil, boy, wow. This show's it just starts south and heads there, riding the dumpster fire train, and that's good. Ted, you could change water into seltzer. There we go. That's a useful miracle. And hashtag Basil Boy. We have a brand new title for Christian here. And Kraken is the court beverage. Yes, it is. Kraken, from whom all blessings flow. Yes, Trevor. Yes. And we need to write this down. Yeah, somebody please write this down. I'm trying to catch up on your comments. And I just sent you the link. You can check it out later. Thank you, Jake. Appreciate that. Nick Tucker says, Brian K. Morris is the unnamed speaker, the whisperer in the darkness that spreads insanity and controls the Kraken. I can be the unnamed speaker. I am the unknowable. I am the unfamiliar. I am the weird one. And actually, I've got some competition for that title. Anyway, Carl is being mocked by Ted Davies Artistry on YouTube, but go to Ted Davies Artistry and give that page a like. Thanks, Trevor, says Carl Witzman. I'm trying to take screenshots of all these good ideas or bad ideas. Someone hold my Kraken. And then Christian died. Agreed, Ted. The Dark Pope keeps records of all this. Says Sarah. Yes, he is the chronicler of all things rising tide. Brian, says Carleen, have you seen the dumpster fire toy on Etsy? Only $20. Yeah, I need one of those. I really got to get myself one of those. And also, Varian Grant of indievolt.com. Please check out that great talk channel too. He sent me a picture of I think it's a cookie jar or something, but it's actually this very, very white turkey wearing wearing dark glasses and a fez. I'm gonna post it on here sometime, share it with you all. But I'm like, I need this more than life itself. Bill Sargent says, don't forget to join Grumpy Uncle Carl Witzman and Aunt Donna Carleen in the green room tonight at 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern, where Friday the 13th is afraid to go. Plus, mad scientist Carl is going to experiment with using the StreamYard monster for the green room tonight. So notify the villagers with torches and pitchforks. That's right. If they aren't watching Master Ron Fitzgerald at 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, they can go to Danville and then make their way to South Chicago. Anyway, back of the cereal box. Hey, we remember you. Carly, link to the dumpster fire toy. And Christian Basil, Dark Mistress, this robe itches. Can you help me take it off? No hands. And Church of the Rising Tide. Don't rock the boat, says Trevor Hawkins. I like that. And Joe Dog McKeel says, I have a Doctor Who theory. Santa Claus is a Time Lord. Oh, Trevor Hawkins' head just exploded. He said the same theory. I will read on. He explains why he looks different every year at the mall. Sled and toy bag as a TARDIS. Explains how he can get around the world in one night. Plus toys. There we go. Trevor and Joe Dog, please report to the Thunderdome. Carl Witzman, did you know that L. Ron Hubbard set up Scientology as a tax dodge? Then it escaped his control. Well, it's already escaped my control, but we get no tax advantage from it, so... Yet. Anyway, I've lost control and I'm happy. And here we go. Carl Witzman just invited me to join the private group, the Dark Unholy Church of the Rising Tide. Thank you, Carl. I love you, man. That's great. We're going to make it happen. And yeah, 2021, the sequel, The Dumpster Fire That Won't Die, says Charles F. Millhouse. We are going to find the safe spaces, Charles, you and I, and we're going to navigate through the train wrecks and the dumpster fires together. And true, Carl, says Joe Dog McKeel. Trevor Hawkins says, like, I thought the Mad Monk would end up being Santa to make up for his misdeeds. Oh, there we go. And the master is Krampus. There we go. We've got it figured out now. Sorry, I don't have it. I saw it on a TV news program, says Carleen. We'll have to do a search for that. And sweep the floors, I think not. I'll be the Dark Empress of everything. Dark Empress. We've got the Dark Empress now, Carl. Take a screenshot. And you tell him, Carly. Oh, hell yeah. Jake Lindsay, Gospel Magician, says, in all honesty, John, I would, but I'm learning stage illusions now from my mentor, Dwayne Laughlin. But thanks for the offer. Hey, dude, seriously, Jake, the more you can do, the better. I see magicians who can do the big stuff up close, who do the big events, but they can also do the close-up magic, and close-up magic is really much harder to do because people can see your faux pas there. But anyway, Bill Sargent says, join the Far Out and Groovy people by clicking on Sargent Art 76, the artwork of Bill Sargent, for crazy classic movies and cartoons, merry music memes, and his wacky warm-up sketches that'll bring a smile to your face and will warm your heart. So check out the artwork of Bill Sargent, where everything old is new again. Most excellent. Charles F. Millhouse has to jet. Have everyone have a productive day. Creators, go forth and change the world. Charles F. Millhouse, great advice. Hope you have a fantastic weekend. Love to you and Marianne. Hope everything goes well. And Russell Allen is a negative Nelly here saying 2022, return to the living dumpster fire. Nonsense. And yay for Friday the 13th. Thank you, Carleen from YouTube. And from YouTube also, Trevor Hawkins, yay, Friday the 13th. And Susan Basham also on YouTube, yay for Friday the 13th. Cindy Cap, mwah, love you, hon. Happy Friday, and happy Friday to you too. All right, CKOEPP.com. Sign up for that great newsletter of hers. And yay, Friday the 13th. And yay for Friday the 13th from Sarah. And Dodd spell count? Apparently not. And yay for Friday the 13th, for Friday the 13th from Jake Lindsay, Gospel Magician. Okay, the public domain character that will be the main protagonist of the first draft flash fiction novel I am working on for National Novel Writing Month, NaNoWriMo, and is currently being previewed on my Patreon page, is the Black Terror. And that's why the working title has been Ebony Terror, because we came up with a twist on the Black Terror that it turns out somebody else has done a similar thing, but a modern day version. Mine takes place in the milieu in which he appeared in the early days of World War II. And if you like crime lords and secret alliances and twists and turns, then please check it out. You can get a preview of the first draft of it, which is turning out better than I hoped, where I'm pantsing the novel on patreon.com. Look for Brian K. Morris, all lowercase, one word, and you, for $5 a month, you can get I think the first 4 chapters are up. And right now I'm starting chapter 14. If I can finish the book before NaNoWriMo, I will release a chapter every 2 weeks. How's that sound? Anyway, please check it out. But anyway, it's the Black Terror. Look him up. Got one of the coolest costumes ever. Cindy Kemp says, if you need more to read, and you do, check out Brian K. Morris on Smashwords. Thank you. Or go to Amazon, and while you're there on Amazon, look up the work of Cindy Kemp. You will love it. Animalize, her current one. You'll fall in love with that book. You really will. And it never has before, Joe Dog. And yay for Friday the 13th, yay for Friday the 13th, yay for Friday the 13th. Now Beetlejuice pops up. Anyway, thank you, Nick. Thank you, everyone who wanted to hear about it. It is the Black Terror. Do take a look at his Wikipedia page. And it turns out that a very famous writer, Patricia Highsmith, did a number of scripts for the Black Terror at one point. Very, very good scripts. Never got a credit for it. But, and the original, I believe the originals were written by Richard Hughes, who went on to form the American Comics Group, which was the publisher of Magic Man, Nemesis, and one of John Force Magic Agent, and one of my favorite series ever, Herbie. And we're not talking about the Love Bug. We're talking about the Fat Fury. Anyway, Carl Wilson says, Ginger is okay, but I prefer Mary Ann myself. And I love Ginger. I married one. And me, every morning I wake up and I go, still not Ginger? Anyway, Carly Carlene, how did I know he was going to say that? Force of habit. Carl Wilson, you know me so well, Carly, and you're still married to me. It's amazing. We're all astounded by that. And Cookie gets the same treatment from people. And Brian Wetzloff, tomato jelly from Knott's Berry Farm is really good, but can only be bought at the store in California next to the theme park. I think I've had tomato jelly, and it is good stuff. It is. But Cookie can't have it because she's allergic to tomatoes. That's why we like that Asian place, because they make banana sauce, which is from the Philippines, and they use bananas, but with spice and food coloring. It looks like it tastes like a sweeter version of Heinz. It's really good stuff. Definitely here, check out Mr. Nicholas Tockert on Amazon. Check out his amazing works, both fiction and nonfiction. And maybe even here, you can find the work of Cindy Kemp, and you'll be glad you did. Seriously, you will. And been cooking ginger girls now. We confess to nothing, but don't go in the basement. And ginger tea helps my mom's digestive malfunctions. Well, yeah. I mean, we had that ginger jelly in some hot water last night, and I'm like, wow. We're going to try it tonight. Cookie comes home, and she's cold, and it helps warm her up. And we're going to try it tonight with some herbal peach tea. That we're looking forward to the results there. And yay for Friday the 13th. Also, don't forget to tip your host. Thank you, Cindy Kemp. Mwah. And check out the crawl right now. If you like the look of the show and want to see it continue or even improve, please go to paypal.me/risingtidebcam. All contributions will be acknowledged gratefully and in private too, so we don't embarrass you. And tune into the Historical Fantasy Guild tonight, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, for good info and much excitement. Like I said, busy night tonight. It'll be fun. And we're getting closer. And I just had another influx of comments. Dang it. I will quit commenting so Brian can catch up. I hope. Maybe he won't. I will, come hell or high water, Joe Dog. Don't you stop now. And tune into the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS for all things Doctor Who. Yeah, check out Christian Basil's amazing show. And also, please give some love to his Facebook page. He's got over 40,000 subscribers. But if you're not one of them, you are part of the legend, so become part of the legend and give that page a like. Joe Dog McKeel, wow, did that one jump line? Yeah, it did. Yeah, seriously, I think you get that too sometimes, but it doesn't help that I'm behind and you guys are coming up with some great comments. Bill Sarden's artwork is much fun for great vintage cartoonists. Contact Bill Sarden for yours. Reasonable rates apply. And you can even hire Bill Sarden for custom artwork. Good for book swag. Go to Sarden Art 76 and say, hey, I want some swag. I want it to look like your stuff I want to hire you. Matt Shore, good to see you, Matt. If you think your job sucks, you should really meet the star of our newest comic on Kickstarter. Oh, yeah, Monster Hunter for Hire. That looks good, Matt. I got to check that out, seriously. I've got to be careful, though. I found myself pledging to too much, and then the good stuff like this comes up, and Cookie's like, hold it. But anyway, we'll see what we can do, man. Anyway, Susan Basham says, you said T-Turtle's right. It's a Holocon spoonerism that I committed. Okay. C-Tur. Oh, okay. I get it. Yeah, the Speverin Runer would be proud of you, Susan Basham. And check out the work of KT Hunter on Amazon. She's awesome. And Cindy Cap says, Patreon is a great place to connect with your favorite artistic sorts, including but not limited to Brian K. Morris, the Historical Fencing Guild, the League of Impossibles, Frozen Creek Studios, who does Cindy Cap's trailer that will run at the end of the show. SL Roland and Bobby Nash and maybe even Cindy Cap soon. Yes, Cindy, I want to see you there. I want to see you there. And Matt Shore says also the worst Friday the 13th film title still goes to Jason Goes to Hell. That's a beautiful title, I think. And author Michaela J. Mwah. Hey everyone, I'm coming to you live from #Under the Covers. And Bobby Nash picked the wrong time to be here. Morning, Bobby Nash. Good to see you. BobbyNash.com, AbrahamSnow.com, Ben-Books.com. Check out last Tuesday's episode of Clever Title Pen where Bobby Nash and Jim Beard made me laugh more than once. It was a fantastic show, and it's thanks to Bobby and Jim that it was. In fact, I was watching it yesterday when I needed to pick me up. You guys were so much fun. And Bobby Nash is going to, after the first year, we're going to schedule a solo Bobby Nash. Can you handle Bobby Nash all by himself? I don't think you can. I know I can't. But anyway, come and handle Bobby Nash. Shut up, Christian. Coming after the first of the year on Clever Title Pending, Bobby Nash, it's good to have you here, brother. Put in links to your work, my friend, and the original Skyman Battles, Master of Steam, when you need to see a bad guy get a slug to the mug. Thank you, Cindy Cap. Also, check out Condemned Courier by Cindy Cap on Amazon. She's awesome. And #Bring Cookie Home. Thank you so much, Cindy. Appreciate that. And Willow Schuyler, mwah, love sharing a pillow with you and Michaela last week. It was great. Good morning, my friends. Hope your Friday is bringing you very good luck. Willow, you're here. I already feel lucky. Shut up, Christian. Anyway, Willow Schuyler, check out Willow's Pillow Talk. Great conversation show. She's fantastic. And the Eric Hawkins says, I always like Marianne better than Ginger. I wouldn't have kicked either one out of the hammock for eating cookies, I'll tell you that. And tomorrow, says Cindy Cap, QuadCon, Merle Hay Mall in Des Moines, Iowa. You can catch up to her. Dean Sturtevant, I know I've mispronounced, Dean Sturtevant, Green Unicorn, and other cool folks. And the coolest kitten of them all will be Cindy Cap. So check her out at the Merle Hay Mall in Des Moines, Iowa tomorrow. Cindy, if you have anything you want to promote on that, please share it on my personal page and on Rising Tide, if you would, please. I want to see people get there. And Werner's, Eric, I haven't had Werner's in years. I really want some sometime, but the problem is it's aged in pine. And if that happens, then I can't kiss Cookie for 2 hours. And I like kissing Cookie. I do. And Michaela says Carl Witzman, the Dark Pope himself. And here's a hard trivia question. Name the movie you lose. It's right here in black and white. You win nothing. Ooh, Jake Lindsay, Gospel and Magician. Who's got the answer to that one? I'm trying to catch up on stuff. So anyway, Michaela J said, had a long night taking care of mom-in-law. She's doing better, and I'm back to editing on Warriors Trust, brand new book from Michaela Jade. Get Warriors Secret, available on Amazon. It's an awesome book because she's awesome too. And Trevor Hawkins, sorry about that death threat, Brian. My therapist said I was in a dark place. Oh, no. I'm used to your death threats. I can handle you. And Cindy Gap says, and I'm out of break time far too soon. I'm sorry we're so far behind, Cindy. I'll catch up with y'all later. In the meantime, check out the books that the Zon has on sale. Fantasy, sci-fi, and game lit. Check out Cindy Cap on Amazon. Go to CKOEPP.com and sign up for her amazing newsletter. It is great. Should be on in a couple weeks, and it's worth the wait. And hugs to Michaela. Hugs from us all, Michaela. sweetheart. Hope everything is well this morning. And so all this tension between Christian and Sarah, will you two just get it over with now? But if that doesn't work out, Nicole and I wouldn't mind a visit to the dungeon. Well, there you go. The Dark Mistress. You got 2 more customers lined up. Take a number and wait in line. Your phone call means everything to us. And thanks, Carl, says Michaela. And Trevor Hawkins, have a good day, Michaela. Jake Lindsay Gospel Magician says, it's from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Okay. All right. I thought it sounded familiar. Will Schuyler says, have a great day, Cindy. I shall message you later about appearing on my show. Awesome. That'll be a show to remember. I look forward to seeing that. 2 of my favorite ladies. And Michaela J, thanks, Trevor Hawkins. And Grant Lankard says, I tried posting a link to the Facebook page for my comic book Beowulf, and it wasn't working. Hopefully it will work on Facebook. Yeah, and check it out on Facebook, Monarch Publishing, Beowulf. Yeah, Monarch Publishing. That's a great name. I think it was a book publisher called Monarch at one time, and let's keep the tradition going. I love it. And Trevor Hawkins says, you're very welcome. And Christian Basil hugs Michaela, but won't let go. And thanks, Christian. You say that now, Michaela, but wait for 2 hours. If he's still hugging after 4, call the doctor. And this weekend, I'm planning to finish edits and get those videos uploaded to YouTube. Yes, Michaela, do that, please. And the Eric Hawkins says, Brian, why is Friday the 13th considered unlucky? I really don't know. I need to look into that. If anyone knows, please let us know. And Charles D. Moisan says, COVID is a vascular disease, not a respiratory disease. You're wrong, Carl. It is also a respiratory disease. It is, actually, there is also, it could be neurological too. So anyway, you're wrong. Amy Hale says, I have that dumpster fire toy. It's way cuter than the year it represents. Hopefully it will be better next year. I'm going to do everything I can to make sure it is. And says, everyone wants to live in your basement. No, they don't. If I've got too many boxes and not enough shelving. So, and Matt Shore says, Santa Claus being a Time Lord would explain why he spends 364 days a year judging everyone. Well, he's a Time Lord. He knows. And Rick Bradley says, I'll be the Dark Jester if you need it. There we go. Rick Bradley is volunteering. Oh, and I almost skipped this one. Charles D. Moisan has a link to his Kickstarter campaign, the 2nd issue of The Haunting Tales of Bachelor's Grove. Please check it out. He's made his money, but it still needs some love. All right. And Cindy Kep says, I think I drew Skyman, Black Terror, and a few other public domain heroes. Dean Sturdivant, I'm sorry I screwed up your name earlier. It's good to have you here on Facebook. Hope you're having a good day. And everyone, please, if you're watching us on the Rising Tide Publications page or on YouTube, please give this video a like, and please consider subscribing so you can get all the goodness and notice for it. And Brian is on the cool list. Read his book and spread the word. Well, Charles, thank you for that. He is too. And he did a convention in Dubai and was up from 1 a.m. till now. Oh, man. And the goddess Freya is happy on this day the most. Cool. I didn't know that was part of it. Okay, see, I can stand to learn some stuff as we try to catch up with your comments here. And we're only 13 minutes behind. We're getting a bit closer. Oh, bull. Believe me, I still get notifications from YouTubers I dislike. In fact, I get more notifications from them than I do others. So, Eric Hawkins, go ahead. You just keep disliking my videos. Be that way when I say such nice things about you, Anyway, Eric Hawkins says, oh, when YouTube sees likes and dislikes as interaction despite what is selected, you are good. Yeah, but it doesn't. Well, actually, I'll tell everybody that, you are the one who did it, and we'll see what happens to your reputation, young man. You are not a part of the Church of the Rising Tide yet. You don't have a title. I don't either. A good American eschews titles. Anyway, time for David Atkins to go this weekend. Should be great. Make it so. Hashtag keep cookie home. Thank you. Hashtag Rising Tide. Hashtag the hanging tassel. Wings for kinks. Legs. Oh, I'm not reading that one. Indelible. Stop, hate, share, smiles, grins, wins. Anyway, Charles D. Moisan, Black Terror is being sued to change his name due to cultural appropriation in a class action suit by Black Falcon and Black Panther and Black Lightning. Well, it's a black day for the Terror then, I guess, but I'm using him anyway. Cowabunga is StreamYard comment tidal wave. Yeah, no joke. And that's when this show starts, I fall behind. Because there are sometimes that StreamYard saves them up, and I've been told, I think Joe Dog McKeel told me that it's more a function of Facebook that, it saves up comments and then shoots them out. So that's why, frequently I think I'm getting ahead of this and I'm really getting behind. The thing is, I took a poll 3 months ago and the people 100% said read all the comments. All right. So if you don't like the if you don't like the fact I'm not I'm not getting to your comment in a reasonable time, well, they voted. And I've gotten some feedback from people who have said, well, you've got to start editing the comments so you can get to mine quicker. And the fact is that the people who bothered to vote, I'm taking them seriously. But anyway, it's a StreamYard confusion. It's a StreamYard fault, and we can't do anything. Well, actually, it's not a StreamYard thing. I think it's more Facebook, which is why I encourage you all to go to YouTube. Anyway, name the band these lyrics are from. I was made for loving you, baby. You were made for loving me. Well, I know who it is. Anyway, Susan Basham says, I got to run. I hope to drop in next week. Have a great weekend all, and thank you. Mwah, back at you, Susan. KT Hunter, check out her amazing books. I got to get those things. They sound fantastic. And Carl Wisman says, bye, Susan. Have a good day, Susan, from Trevor Hawkins. Amy Hale's got to run. Y'all have a great day. Amy Hale, mwah. Hope everything goes well for you this weekend. I hope you have a great weekend. Carlene says, supposedly Jesus was crucified on a Friday the 13th. I have heard that. But there's so little we know truly about that time. Who knows? Not me. Actually, who knows? The caretaker will tell you. Or the curator, rather. Anyway, Joe Dog McKeel, why is Friday the 13th unlucky? Look into the date for the downfalls of the Knights Templar. Okay, I knew there had to be a reason for it, other than people going, oh, it's 13. Why is it not Tuesday the 13th, right? Anyway, Jake Lindsay, which band do you like more? Bon Jovi or Van Halen? I like Bon Jovi. I love Van Halen. Actually, I like Van Hagar the best. Anyway, Carl Wisman, did I say something? I was working on something and heard my name mentioned in vain. Well, no. You're cool, Carl. You're very cool. And we got to get together one of these times. We really do. I've been letting that ball drop, unfortunately. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a great show. I agree. It's been awesome, except for the host. I have to run. Don't forget to get a copy of his art book on Amazon, and he appreciates your support. Alfred Pennyworth, stealing the name from the comics. But anyway, please check out that book there on Amazon. Thank you for being here, Alfred. And Willow Schuyler, half hour goes by quick. Got to get back to the coffee grinder. I do too. Chat with you folks later. I'm off this weekend if anyone wants to chat. Willow, I'll be off too. I'm usually off. Anyway, I will be doing a stint on CromCon this weekend, but I'm going to be typing. Anyway, Willow's Pillow Talk. Check that out here on Facebook and on YouTube. Chat and subscribe to the Willow Schuyler channel. I have done so on YouTube. You'll be a better person if you do. Magi Jake Lindsay, Gospel Magician, says, Carly, nope, he wasn't. It was a Friday, but not the 13th. Okay. Or as the old radio community says, what? You was that? Charlie, you was there? Anyway, Carlene says, thanks, Jake. And I did say supposedly. That's true. That's why you always write crime articles in the newspaper and use the word allegedly. Anyway, and Sophia Corneo is here. Sophia, glad to see you. Haven't seen you in ages. Hope you're doing well, you and the family. And the Eric Hawkins, didn't Dynamite resurrect Black Terror last year? Yeah, several years ago, actually, as part of that Alex Ross thing, with the public domain heroes, which they also say Skyman is one. That's not true. And I honestly didn't care for it very much. I like mine better, but of course I usually do. But yeah, they did. Also, Eclipse. There was a very good one by Chuck Dixon back in the 80s. Several companies have used Black Terror. In fact, I think Alan Moore used him and several other heroes from Nader Comics. What was it? Terra Obscura, I think it was called. It's a limited run miniseries, very well done. But yeah, Black Terror is beautiful costume. I love the costume. But I may have to send you the book when I'm done. Seriously, it's turning out quite well. And Sarah, our Dark Mistress, has returned, had an important phone call, so I'm catching up. Mwah! So am I. Sarah, I love you. That's all you need to know. And here we go. Jake, you got to give people a chance to answer. It's from Kiss. Yes, it's their disco song. All right. And tomorrow on Reels and Heels with Brian Wenzelf, we are discussing military films and TV shows in honor of Veterans Day and Remembrance Day in Canada. What are some of your favorite military films and shows? Oh, man. Bring it to the show and involve yourself in the conversation. Charles E. Moisant says Friday was named after the goddess Freya. 13 was also her number, so when the two came together, Freya Day 13th, since it is considered more pagan, the Catholics decided to demonize it because of the tie to Freya. I learned this from my Swedish grandmother. All I learned from my Swedish grandmother was how to say I have to go to the bathroom in Swedish. Anyway, Bill, thank you for that, Charles. Bill Sarn says, totally agree about reading all the comments. If you don't make the effort of doing so, it does make people feel left out. Gotta go for now, but see everyone in the green room tonight at 7 p.m. Central with Carl Wisman, Donna, Carly, and Via Cadiz Amigos. Bill Sarn, thank you for that comment. I appreciate that. I think more people do like me reading the comments. We are going to stop reading the comments where people are teasing me about the lateness of it because I'm sensitive. Anyway, Carl Wisman says, allegedly, I might have a Facebook group in prep for a tax thing. I may have to get in on this. I could use a tax relief. Anyway, have a blessed day, my friend. Jake Lindsay, bless you too, my friend. Have a fantastic weekend. Thank you for being here. Brian wrote The Haunting Tales of Bachelor's Grove. The Haunting Tales of Bachelor's Grove. Say it a third time and the comic book will come out. Anyway, it's on Kickstarter right now. Charles shared the link to it. Please check it out, but look for Bachelor's Grove and you should be able to find it. All right. And Carlene says, very good, Charles. It is very good. Not only does it feature me, there's also a story co-plotted by Charles D. Moisant in there. And also we have variant covers featuring Master Ron Fitzgerald and Kadrolsha Ona Carole, the real-life queen of the paranormal. Charles says, I am too tired, going to go sleep. Good tidings, all you good guys. Anyway, Charles, thank you for being here. Thank you for the interaction. See, wasn't that much more fun than just dumping your comment and running? And where are we at? Oh, we actually finished under 2 hours. Man, this mouth works good. Shut up, Christian. Anyway, what do we have going? Carlene says, Freya happens to be one of my patrons in my religion. Okay, that's cool. That is very cool. Yeah, I'm interested in other religions. I think that is, like Bob Dylan said, we all got to worship someone. And I'm glad that everybody's picking the good ones here. This is great. And I need a moment to compose and take a drink of covfefe, actually a slug of covfefe. But here's something I think you all need to keep an eye on. It's from and actually, we'll do this one. This one's been moving lately, and I think you ought to find out why. Pick up your copy on Amazon today.
Southwest of Chicago, there is a small, secluded cemetery known as Bachelor's Grove, and it is one of the most haunted places in the United States. Author Brian K. Morris brings you a collection of writings that will help you navigate this ghostly graveyard, if you dare. The Haunting Scripts of Bachelor's Grove is available now on Amazon.com. Get your copy today.
All right, and please check out that book. It's picked up in sales recently, and find out why. I'm very proud of that book. Also, check out the Haunting Tales of Bachelor's Grove on Kickstarter, where if Charles gets enough pledges, he might be able to print issue 3. All right, that would be too cool for words. Anyway, Rick Riley says, everyone take care and stay creative. Oh, I agree. Creative is the way to go. It makes it a better world, like Charles F. Millhouse said. Rick, you have a fantastic weekend. Talk to you soon. And blessed be, Carly. Sarah says, and yes, blessed be to you both, ladies. And Joe D. McKeel says, I may start a Thursday morning show called It's Up to You, however. Hey, dude, if you want to, seriously. And we could talk about, maybe we'll share it on each other's channels. How's that? I would do that. And Kathy Jackson says, you all are so awesome. I love listening to you while I work with the children. Hi, children. Do what mom tells you. I do. Anyway, Kathy Jackson, mwah. Check out the work of Kathy Jackson on Amazon. Kathy, I love you. I hope you have a great weekend. And Brian's mouth, that's what he said. Shut up, Carl. All right, see, usually I get that out of Carl or Christian. I'm just forced to have it. Charles, shut up. Anyway, just grab your little sideburns, ride you like a pony. Anyway, this Carl Witzman, this space left intentionally blank. Thank you. And there we go. So Friday, Freya Day is super lucky. That's the way we got to make it, folks. It's up to us to be that way. If you want to be a Debbie Downer and have a self-fulfilling prophecy, then your Friday the 13th is going to suck. Mine's going to be great. And so is yours. That is one spooky promo. Carl Witzman, isn't it, though? And it's thanks to PlasmaFireGraphics.com. Check out Plasmafire Graphics. They have very, very reasonable rates. Ask for their rate card, okay? And, doing trailers is just one thing they do. They have a variety of graphic services, and we're taking advantage of all of it before he comes to his senses. So please check out the work of Jeffrey Hayes, all right? That is a spooky as hell promo. It really is. Now, Friday the 13th is unlucky because that is the date, supposedly, the Knights Templar were massacred across Europe. Well, that would be bad for them, too. So anyway. Oh, much better. Anyway, I had to sneeze and Cookie blessed me from the other room. Full Metal Jacket, Glory, Saving Private Ryan, MASH, one of my favorites, and the remake of Midway are some of my favorites. I also like what was it? From Here to Eternity, that's a war film. Also like The Green Berets, that was a fun film. Beau Jest. Especially the 1966 remake with Guy Stockwell and Telly Savalas. I love that one. And I have a title. The Eric Hawkins, not the Eric Hawkins, but the Eric Hawkins. So there. And Tyrone Tony Reed Jr. says, I got married to my wonderful wife on Friday the 13th, 2008. Love the date. I would too if I got married on that date. Mine wasn't, but and Tyrone Tony Reed Jr. has a marvelous wife. She's a sweet, sweet lady. And Tony's a great guy, too. He really is. So please check out the work of Tyrone Tony Reed Jr. Check out the Soulhead series, available now on Amazon and at TyroneTonyReedJr.com. And thank you for sponsoring last week's episode of this show. And also, I will say that Tyrone Tony Reed Jr. will be the co-sponsor of this Tuesday's Clever Tile Pending, where we talk to Brian Wensloff and Jeremy Woodring. Make sure I get everything right. They of the Dastardly Dingoes. So please check out that episode this coming Tuesday at 8 p.m. And Gesundheit. Thank you, Carl Witzman. I need it. So anyway, we have caught up with your comments again. Thank you for everyone for putting me way behind. I tell people that's a sign that the show is working. When you guys are commenting, and I love it, and I do love reading your comments to each other and to me, and that's what makes the show fun. That's what makes it work. So we appreciate everyone who is patient, posts a comment, and then waits for it to come up. So it is greatly appreciated. It really is. So anyway, it's about time for me to feed Cookie, and we'll get off it. There, I said it. And then Christian died. I will get off the air here, and please stay tuned after the end of the show because we've got some promos from some people who really deserve your attention. We'd love it. They're all rising tide, and they all deserve your support. All right, and thank you, Carl Witzman. Great show. You helped make it that way. My very, very good friend and my very, very dark Pope. I'm glad to have you as dark Pope of the Rising Church of the Rising Tide. Anyway, folks, we are going to take off here now. What's going on today? Holy cats, tonight is, you cannot claim to be bored on this Friday the 13th. What we've got going is starting around 4 p.m. today on the Indie Event page on YouTube, also on Facebook and geekinsider.com and the Geek Insider YouTube page. Tonight is the last night of Independence Crypt Week. It started Monday, and some great stuff from Christian and Carl and Donna Carleen and the Dastardly Dingoes, Indie Volt, Phil Locklear, and Matthew Harris, and all kinds of cool stuff on here. And tonight's going to finish with Geek Speak with Charles Band, Dead Enders, Fetish Friday with Rob Anderson, and it's going to end with Spooky Tales with Essence House, and that will wrap up Indie Event for this November. And then also at 8 p.m. East, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Let's see. No, I've got that wrong. 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. Anyway, sometime tonight, Carl Witzman on the Uncle Carl's Secret Humor page is going to have the Green Room. That is always a good time. Also, at 7 p.m., 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern is the Historical Fencing Guild with Nicholas Tockard, where he's going to teach you how to kill each other safely with bladed weapons. It is always a good time with Nick Tucker. Check out his Clever Tile Pending from a week ago Tuesday, where he took over the show, and it was great fun. Also, check out last Tuesday's show with Bobby Nash and Jim Beard, two great new pulp writers with new stuff in the pipeline, all kinds of fun, all kinds of laughs. You will enjoy that. You really will. It's a great program. And the host is kind of sucky, but the rest of the show is good. But anyway, also 9 p.m. tonight, I will be appearing with on a special live stream with Master Ron Fitzgerald, the Lord of Fitzgerald's realm, the master of dark, sticky magic, and twice the former mayor of Hell. He really is. Hell, Michigan. What were you thinking? Anyway, but he could have been the mayor of Hell. I think he's an assistant manager down there at least. But anyway, check it out tonight for some great fun. He's going to have some great guest stars. Ari Lehman, who is not only a fantastic musician and actor, he was the very first Jason Voorhees. Bring your questions for the man. All right. Well, actually, he'll be there on tape. So bring your questions anyway. No one to answer him. Anyway, but no, he did a taped interview with Ron that is going to be fantastic. Also, there's another interview between Ron and the real-life queen of the paranormal.com, Kadrolsha Ona Carole. She is a wonderful, wonderful lady, and you will love getting to know her. She's a dear friend. Ron's a dear friend. So please check out that tonight starting at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central Time. Master Ron Fitzgerald on Fitzgerald'sRealm.com, Fitzgerald's Realm on Facebook, and the Ron Fitzgerald channel. I'm going to see if I can't start a watch party there for it too. So please check it out. Also, Fitzgerald's Realm on YouTube. Please subscribe. In fact, you've seen a lot of people on here. Thank you to everyone who liked today's video. Appreciate it. It helps us so very much. And we're going to go looking for that guy who gave us a thumbs down. Anyway, no, seriously, we love you too. We do. We're just teasing. But anyway, seriously, thank you for watching us on YouTube and on Facebook. We appreciate everyone. We also appreciate Plasma Fire Graphics for sponsoring this episode. Thank you to plasmafiregraphics.com. When the look of your book matters to you. If you need a wraparound book cover, an image for your ebook, or if you need a book trailer like you've been seeing here on the show this morning, please contact Plasma Fire Graphics, and you see what kind of amazing, affordable work they do. So when the look of your book matters to you, check out plasmafiregraphics.com. All right. So anyway, also please, as you see on the crawl below, please subscribe to our free monthly newsletter. You can learn all that's going on at the Rising Tide. We come out with a new issue every first of the month. So December 1st at 5 p.m. Eastern, a new edition of the Rising Tide newsletter will pop up in your email box, and it'll be good. You'll love it. We provide motivation, education, and inspiration, secret links, inspirational quotes, and sometimes guest editorials. Last month was Brian Wensloff, had a great one on his creative journey as a broadcaster, and more to come. But anyway, please check it out. You can sign up at risingtide.pub, or if you have Facebook Messenger, send me your email address. I promise we do not sell our mailing list. We do not give it away or trade. It stays with us. You will get no spam because of us. All right. And be sure to, when you sign up, make sure that that we show up. If we show up in your spam filter, please pull us out of there. Help us. Anyway, please check that out. And please also, if you're watching on Facebook, on either the Indie Event or the Rising Tide page, please give that page a like, okay? Because it does help us. It costs you nothing but a couple seconds of your time, and it helps in our searchability on the platform. Same with if you're watching us on YouTube. Please, if you're watching us on the Brian K. Morris Rising Tide Publications page, please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed any of it. And also, please subscribe to the page. It does help us. You'll get half an hour notice before we come on live next time, which will be Monday morning at 10 a.m. with a new Nevermind the Furthermore. Also, what else? Is better picture quality, better sound, just better everything. And we're going to be posting some unique videos that are coming soon. So anyway, please give that a subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, and also ring that bell so you'll be notified of future videos too. So I think that's all I can think to talk about. And anyway, we're going to give Russell Allen a thing here. Everyone join him in his launch Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Central for his Kickstarter campaign for Xeno 99 Titan before the Fall Before the Rise. Check out Xeno 99 Titan and also RussExplodeStudios.com for more information. Thank you, Russell Allen. And said the newsletter full of fun songs and marble racing. Yes, we had a cool marble racing secret link the other last time, and we'll be searching for more cool stuff to put in there too. And find them on YouTube. There we go, Brian K. Morris Rising Tide Publications. Thank you, Russell Allen. Appreciate that, sir. And keep up the great work. You too, Carly. Mwah. Love you, hun. See you tonight in Uncle Carl's green room with Green Room Ted and all the usual Mad Magazine used to call it, the usual gang of idiots. Anyway, I'll be idioting with the rest of them. Anyway, thank you, Carly. Thank you, everyone who showed up today and participated in the conversation and put me so far behind from the opening. Let's keep it going, people. All right. So anyway, folks, and again, thank you to PlasmaFireGraphics.com for your sponsorship of this episode. And if you are interested in sponsoring an episode of Clever Title Pending or Nevermind the Furthermore, please let me know. Contact me via Facebook Messenger or at briankevinmorris@gmail.com. We'll send you our rate card, okay? And reasons why you should do it. So anyway, folks, thank you for being here. Let me kill the crawl here because we got videos to put up. And let's see here. And have a great weekend. See you all on the flip side. You too, Russell Allen. Stay healthy, my man. All right, good to see you here. Hope you have a great weekend. Hope you all have a great weekend. Thank you for being here. And please, you see links on these pages. You see Kickstarter campaigns. You see YouTube channels. You see Facebook groups. Please support these people, all right? They're doing some incredible creative things. And your thumbs up means so much to us all. Thank you to everyone who's liked this video. Hope you come back on Monday morning for the next Nevermind the Furthermore. And all we can tell you from this point on is have an excellent Friday the 13th. And remember, stay smart, stay safe, wash your hands, and never apologize for being awesome. All right, everyone, have a great Friday the 13th and enjoy your weekend. From everyone here at Nevermind the Furthermore. Have a great day, everyone.
From author Brian K. Morris comes an epic tale of armor forged by a god, a hero forged by courage, and an ancient menace poised to re-emerge and threaten our world. Volcana, Rebirth of the Champion, is available on Amazon.com. Get your copy today.
Thank you for tuning in to Nevermind the Furthermore, a Rising Tide Publications and Brian K. Morris production. Member of the Comic Book Advocating Network and sponsored by GeekInsider.com. Become part of our show with sponsorship and advertising opportunities. For details, contact advertising at geekinsider.com or visit podcast.geekinsider.com. The Geek Insider podcast is available on your favorite app, so please hit the follow button and share it out to your friends, because if you don't, you might have to turn in your geek card.
Stormgate Press presents a collection of 7 new short stories from today's leading authors and illustrators in the new pulp genre. Experience courageous two-fisted heroes and their intrepid and often dangerous exploits. From dark, watery depths to high-flying heights, these fantastic tales span the globe and take the reader on fast-paced adventures in classic pulp style. Take a seat as we pull back the curtain on days gone by with edge-of-your-seat storytelling in the vein of Golden Age era pulp fiction. This is Pulp Reality.
Author Cindy Kep is writing on the edge. Books include Remnant in the Stars, The Loudest Actions, Lines of Succession, Mindstorm, Condemned Courier, the Yerushalayim series, and Animal Eye. Find author Cindy Kep at CKOEPP.com today.
Now, every Sunday morning, longtime independent comics creator and Indie Volt podcaster Randy Zimmerman hosts a discussion on the lighter side of comics, the more whimsical and fun comics out there on the Sunday Funnies. That's 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every Sunday on Indie Volt, indievolt.com, the Indie Volt YouTube channel, and the usual Indie Volt sites on Facebook. Listen in, won't you? Participate in the chat. Let's have some fun. See you there.
From author Brian K. Morris comes a tale of irreverent holiday horror, told with much inappropriate humor. Dr. Victor Frankenstein creates the spirit of giving himself. Ho, ho, ho. Santastein, or the post-holiday Prometheus. Available at Amazon.com. Get your copy today.
Go thee to thy rest, O shades. Thou hast served well in life. Now take thy reward.
This is the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to us wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Also catch us on the HWWS Web TV YouTube channel. Subscribe today and become part of the legend.
Ooh, that made my nibbies hard.